Welcome to the Most Definitely Music Show, hosted by your boy Kai Gilkey from the west side of Atlanta, but coming from the wonderful paradise of Tampa, Florida. And I wanted to let you all know that this show coming up is going to be one that you won't forget. And this show was created because of the love for conversation and debates when it comes to music. And those are endless. Off the Wall or Thriller? Biggie or Tupac? Who is the best of a generation? Who influenced who? We don't have the right answers or even the wrong ones. It's just about the conversation. This is most definitely a music show.
This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and here I am all alone, all alone. I'm so cold, you got me out here. Smoking out the window, singing, how could she do this to me? How could she do this to me? Oh, I thought that girl belonged to only me, but I was wrong, 'cause she belonged to
Yo, the wonderful sweet sounds of the Silk Sonic, Mr. Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars. And with that wonderful thing of bringing you Smoking Out the Window, I would love to welcome you all to the end of the year recap special of Most Definitely Music. And well, I want to say welcome everybody. We're back for our final episode of 2021. And as we always love to do, as I've always said before, this show is about the conversation. It's about discussing all the different topics and things that go along in music. And if y'all have been around, 2021 was one hell of a year. Really big year, lots of different changes, even losses. But we're going to get into a lot of that. But before I do, gotta first say this is your boy KG, Kai Gilkey here, and I'm recording live in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. And the one thing I gotta do is bring on some day one boys with me. These are some of my best homies. They've been around with me for a good while, known them since fucking school. So, want to introduce my guy first from the west side as well, Mr. Anthony, my man Ant.
What's going on, peoples? What's going on? Happy New Year's, happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas. Go and enjoy you some turkey. Whoever. I ain't gonna spend too much time, man. You can follow me on IG. I am the GOAT. DA. That's DA. I had to get a little niggerish, so took the THE out there. I am the GOAT 91. That's it. Let's get into it.
And then my man that I've known since what, sixth grade? Has it been sixth grade? Wow. my man I've known since sixth grade. We basically a Biggie and Pac together, but we still alive. And I gotta say, he has been another brother to me. Same thing with Ant, but Jeremy has been with me for a long time since I came here, man. So go on and talk to the people, man.
What it do, y'all? First and foremost, happy holidays. We want to thank, what the hell am I trying to say? Beings Right, Jesus Christ, and Byron. Byron.
What's the name? Byron. But anyway, but yeah. So plug in your social, man. Tell them where they can find you at, Jay.
I'm a loner, so get the hell off my social. I'm boring.
Straight like that.
Straight like that. I got social, but I like to watch the world burn. So
come on, you can find him on Instagram.
What is my shit? I don't even know it.
Westside Germ.
There you go. Westside Germ 404. I have no post.
Well, even with all that, these are my boys. So, as I've always said before here on Most Definitely Music, we want to talk about the music, the culture, and have the discussions. It's all about the conversations. Nobody is right or wrong. So, the first thing we want to do, and we're starting off with how 2021 was, we want to talk about those that are no longer here with us. And we've lost a lot of great people here in music this year. And so, of course, one of the big names that we lost was, of course, DMX. And as y'all know, of course, like most of us, we basically came up on DMX. Whether it's Rough Riders and how he basically saved Def Jam. We've heard the stories and everything. I remember when Jay talked about on the shop about when they were on the I think it was the Hard Knock Life.
Was it the Hard Knock Life?
I think it was a tour that both him and Jay did on.
Yeah, they were both headlining, right?
Yeah, and Jay talks about he comes off and then DMX comes on and like he does like the growl and he goes wild and like everybody just goes crazy.
Yeah.
That said a lot about how big X was to a generation. He was relentless and he was
the ultimate nigga.
Yeah. I mean, if you really look at it, he was insane, bro, and his popularity was crazy.
You want me to tell you how crazy X's buzz was, bro? I'll never forget this shit. End of '97, going into '98, bro. I remember the first time hearing DMX, bro. It was on that LL Cool J song. What was it? The 432. What was it? The 432-1
on the Phenomenal album.
I think it was that.
Yeah.
I think it was that. And then going into he was on Mace's album, the Harlem World album.
Harlem World. Mm-hmm.
Bro, then next time I heard him, bro, I think it was the Money, Power, Respect. He was buzzing out here with the Locks and everything. Because a lot of people don't know, bro, the Locks and DMX had the same managers.
They did. Mm-hmm.
Puffy did not want to sign DMX for whatever reason, but he picked up the Locks.
Mm-hmm.
He saw how hot X was getting. Then he wanted to come scoop him. Bro, long story short, bro, we already remember this year. Two albums. 2 number 1 albums. Both went damn gold in the same week. This is another thing that happened that year. A lot of people don't really bring up, bro. That added to X's popularity that year. Belly.
Oh yeah,
bro.
That's
both
right.
of those albums and
Nas.
Belly came out the same fucking year, bro. Can you imagine? A lot of rappers dropping 2 number 1 fucking albums within the same year?
In a movie.
Only 7-8 months apart. And a movie directed by Hype Williams, bro.
Oh damn, hood legend.
It's a classic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I say from '98 to about 2001, bro. X was one of those names that could not really be fucked with. Like
I
very
agree.
few people was fucking with him.
He was my favorite rapper at one point, bro. That's what I'm saying. He was my guy.
I couldn't buy an album with this nigga on it. I went to the store back when they had FYE and Goody.
Five Eyes, which is still up in Buckhead.
Right, I'm trying to get damn CD, and this nigga here is draped in blood doing this
Yeah.
shit. And I'm fucking 8 years old, like, Mama, I want this. And Mama was like, oh, hell no. Who is this demonic looking ass nigga? I was like, yo, Mama, he's the shit. What'd you say?
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. But yeah, but we end up losing DMX, and I talked about it on a podcast earlier this year. When I first started, talked about X, and of course he passed away in April this year. From an overdose. What they declared it, huh?
It was a setup.
Conspiracy theories are galore, but nonetheless, but X is no longer with us, and it's really sad. Even though we end up getting a album from him posthumously, it still is different when he's not here. Yeah. Big ups to DMX, and rest in peace to a great God. We also lost Shock G this year, who was part of legendary Digital Underground, and his influence on not just Pac, because everybody knows, of course, he started off with Tupac and everything, and giving Pac really his chance. Mm-hmm. You really look at it, giving him the opportunity and becoming the star that he became. But Shock G was big time in terms of producing. Mm-hmm. He was a writer, and he was big on a lot of West Coast stuff, especially Bay Area stuff, during the 90s. And that's what a lot of people don't remember. Of course, everybody remembers the Humpty Dump song, but Humpty Dumpty, but
that was just after, he was got his name established. He just did that shit for fun.
He did, literally. That's what I'm saying. So getting his name established, and then of course Pac, in essence, also like still continuing to help put on Shock G and Digital Underground and everything. It's like he never forgot his roots. But big, a big rest to Shock G, who did pass earlier this year as well. He literally passed not too long after X as well. Literally, if I'm correct, he passed in April, not a week or two after, in Tampa. That's what's so crazy, which I live now. Shock G passing away. We also lost Biz Markie, as a lot of people know. Of course, Biz Markie, big time legend. Of course, a lot of people know his song. You can say I'm just a friend, which has been sampled by many. Got what I need. Yeah. So losing him, that was really sad. Also, a well-known producer, Chucky Thompson, he passed away as well earlier this year. He was responsible for one of the biggest songs in hip-hop history. We all know Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. And countless others that he produced, from Mary J. Blige, a whole lot of people. And then most recently, one of the younger ones, losing Young Dolph. And a lot of people don't know young Dolph, but if you do, especially if you're from from the hood, or especially from Memphis, or even just people who are just into a lot of street rap, period, Dolph is like
big.
Dolph,
he's a superstar.
Dolph is the shit, man. Dolph was one of those names in the South, bro, that was on his way, man. He had a lot of reach, bro. Not just in this area, but bro, a lot of areas, bro. Like one thing I can appreciate about artists like Dolph, bro, like they did it their way, independently. Right. You know what I mean? Independently. Not too many artists can come out and still hold their own independently without a label at a level at what he was doing it.
Yes.
At what he was doing it, man. So another fun fact about him, man, he actually lived down here in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He lived down here in Atlanta, man. Gucci, big shout outs to Gucci, man, bro. Him and Gucci were real tight, bro. He just released some a tribute song to him, bro. So rest up to Young Dolph, man. One thing I noticed, bro. One thing I noticed about myself with these artists, bro, I become a fan of them 2 or 3 years, probably 1 to 2, 3 years before some shit like this happens to him, bro. Not to get sidetracked, but I was becoming a Nipsey fan probably a year or two before he passed, man. So
I agree with that too, because I knew Nipsey. I'd always heard the name. Yeah. And so I remember like hearing him in like Double XL and all that kind of stuff like that.
That's when I first heard of him.
Yeah.
He was on that. What was it?
The 2010 class.
On the 2010
I remember
class,
that one.
yeah. Yep. I remember always hearing about
Nipsey.
And then, of course, always know about his mixtapes. But then you start hearing more about him doing his business stuff and everything. Yeah. And I remember one of my friends who was on the show earlier, Maya. She told me about his album coming out, and I was like, "Oh, really?"
His
and told me
first album.
His first
it
album.
Was his very first album.
After all the mixtapes he had put out, it was his first album, and I remember her telling me about it, and I went on and checked it out. I was like, dang, this is like damn near album of the year. And I was going back and forth between him and J-Rock's album. That was like 2018.
Yep.
Like, who had the best album, because they were really good. And then, of course, we ended up losing him that next year. And I'll never forget, I was in Tampa, and I was just watching television, and then I just heard on social media about him getting shot. And it just really sucked. And, now you're seeing someone like Dolph, that happened to him, especially in his hometown.
Bro.
And that's what really sucked. Just getting cookies. Like, really?
It's fucking set up too.
And that was just, it's sad. Like you said, conspiracy theories galore, man. Just to get like that, I feel like it was, man. I mean, to know where he was and getting killed like that said a lot.
It was crazy. He was just on there visiting on some charity type shit, bro. He just happened to stop by that cookie store, which he was bigging up their business and everything, bro. So, yeah.
But so
rest in peace to Dolph, man.
Rest in power to a young guy like Dolph, and we hate that we see senseless tragedies still happening in things like hip hop, because it shouldn't be that way. And I know people say a lot of things like jealousy and things like that happen when it comes to a lot of these artists, but I just gotta say, I really want violence to end like that in music, period. Because there's no reason for young stars like that, or guys who made their way, whether it's the XXXTentacions or even the Young Dolphs and some of these other guys, to lose their lives over bad violence. Yeah. And I mean, even now you're seeing some of them with drugs. I mean, we lost Juice WRLD to almost 2 years, not now, 2 years ago. Losing Juice WRLD and some of the newer rappers that passed away from drug overdose. So hopefully that as time goes on, we will see a cleanup. I don't know if it will. I would love to see it, but it'll be hard to see. But speaking of that, to talk about into our next topic, and to someone who had already passed away years ago, but her legacy was a humongous one, still to this day, and the influence was Aaliyah. So if people don't know, for the longest time, of course, Aaliyah passed away in 2001. She's like the princess of R&B. She was so ahead of her time. Timbaland and Missy helped produce her, and she created a lot of great hits. From One in a Million to Rock the Boat, just all sorts of different stuff. Like Are You That Somebody?
If Your Girl Only Knew.
If Your Girl Only Know. 4-Page Letter. All sorts of hits. But for years after her death, her music wasn't available on streaming platforms. Of course, you had her albums on CDs, but at some point they started going out of print. For some reason, they stopped going out of print, and we found out it was because of Barry Hankerson, her uncle, owned the masters. He owned the masters to her music.
You gotta keep your family and your business separate sometimes.
But it's crazy too. because Barry was, if you ever read the article, like Complex made it years ago, and Barry, he was around during the whole thing with him, with Aaliyah and everything. He signed R. Kelly when Aaliyah was with him and everything. And then, so then when she passed, he basically kept the music away. Some say he was a recluse. Barry ended up coming back out this year, and he talked to Billboard about that whole thing, about holding the music and why he didn't do it. And a lot of it was emotional, and some of it was business. And you've heard the different conflicting stories about Aaliyah's estate, which is her other family, like mom and her family and everyone else, and then Barry. Barry was saying that he always tried to reach out to the family, but the family never reached out to him. So it was like a lot of conflicts of like who's saying what and everything. But the overall, Barry decided to come back out, and he decided to sign a distribution deal with one of the most known independently known artists, labels, which is Empire Records. Empire distributes a lot of independent artists, and they're very big. They're kind of like the E1 of this generation. But he signed a distribution deal with them in regards to her music, and since I would say probably August now, since around August and now September, he started slowly and surely rolling out Aaliyah's music. And we first started getting the One in a Million album, because her Age is Nothing But a Number album had always been on digital platforms. But that's not where she made her fame. It was the One in a Million, the Aaliyah album. Everything after that first album is when everything became big for her. So they slowly rolled out first One in a Million. Then they did the Aaliyah album. Then they started doing like her greatest hits, and then Are You That Somebody. Now her full discography is on the platforms.
Cool.
So I know, of course, I have to give that bit of background, but just to be able to see it, what do you all think about having Aaliyah's music finally back on streaming platforms, and what it means for a generation going forward that didn't get a chance to hear her for almost 2 decades?
All right, man. From my perspective, bro, I mean, I think that'll be as satisfactory to her fans, man, to her diehard fans, bro. You have people in their 30s, 40s, diehard Aaliyah fans, man. They've been waiting for her music to drop on streaming platforms, bro. But, I mean, besides that, bro, I'm one of those people that came up under Aaliyah, man, came up on her music, bro. I wasn't necessarily a diehard Aaliyah fan, but Aaliyah is one of those artists that always had a big name. You know what I mean? Had a big name, had a big impact around the time of where around the same time where you grew up, man. So, I mean, big ups to Aaliyah, man.
Yeah, I mean,
shouts to her legacy. I know her fans, more of her fans are happy, bro. Fuck Wendy Williams for that bullshit ass biofilm, bro. That was one of the worst fucking biofilms I ever.
Oh, you talking about the Lifetime one? Oh my god!
Please do that over. Please do it over.
It was
yeah, bro. Shouts to Aaliyah, man. Shouts to Aaliyah and her legacy, man. That's all I got to say about it, bro.
I mean, we definitely needed her voice, especially coming up in these times, because back then it was her, it was Maya, who else had Mary back then, and just when her voice went dark, when she passed, it was just like something was missing, and after that, R&B just never was the same.
Yeah,
and they had to turn all different corners, but you still never could get that niche, that Timbaland and Missy and her, and they got that lane and they rode it, and that was just them, and no one else could duplicate it, and still can't till this day. So, being that a lot of generations have came up now, don't even know who she is, and they just hear from us, because hell, now we're fucking parents and uncles.
Exactly.
And just like, oh damn, like I gotta go find the CD, or you might come across a tape, or you might talk about a project which you had to discuss about her, because her and Left Eye passed at the same
Exactly.
year.
Yeah, past year.
Right.
Within a year, right?
Exactly, the whole year.
Yeah, because I remember I was in 5th grade, and we had to do a project talking about Left Eye versus Aaliyah, and like what they had in common, what they had, what some of their differences. And, hell, my bad, TLC. You know, that's when after Left Eye died, they were never the damn same. But you know, just a whole bunch of music back then that kids nowadays won't even grew up on, and now that we can sit there and show them like, this is what the hell we came up on. This is what, you know, this is how we did shit back in our day. You know, what we were exposed to, and they kind of like, oh shit, this is dope. Kind of like, you know, like us.
You hear where it came from now.
Right.
Because if you ever listen to, I mean, because everybody knows Timbaland's production was just so ahead of its time. But Aaliyah was like, from her image and who she was never an overtly sexual person. It was kind of like very smooth. Like the most I really heard her like be really sexual was like the Rock the Boat song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
that was her coming of age, man.
That's what I'm saying. It was her coming of age. It was a great
nowadays, man, Aaliyah came out when she was like, what, 14, 15?
Yeah.
Man, nowadays, man, they got girls out here twerking that's around her fucking age, bro. It's crazy. You know what's crazy? Like, going back to what you said, bro, going back to reiterate that point, she didn't have to come across slutty to be sexy.
No.
This girl was wearing Tommy Hilfiger. Big Tommy Hilfiger shirts with some fucking shades on, bro.
She looked like the girl next door.
She looked like the girl next door. Aaliyah didn't have no big butt or big breasts or nothing like that. She was a slender, beautiful chick. You know what I'm saying? But she came across beautiful, bro. Like she was beautiful. You know what I mean? And a lot of dudes, she was that classic 90s girls next door. She encapsulated that perfectly, bro. Which is something I think a lot of artists, female artists today, not to shit on them because these bitches is bad. You know what I mean? A lot of these bitches is bad. Not to shit on them, but a lot of them could take pointers from that of Aaliyah to where less is more, man. You don't necessarily have to be out here and showing the whole buffet, man. Like leave something to the imagination. But
I agree.
Then again, Leah was coming of age.
No, and she was, and I think that's what really brings it, because again, like I said, there is people who are influenced by her. I mean, we've had the Sierras, and then we've had just even the artists that were around her era. I mean, I don't even remember like Ashanti, or like, I remember like the Cherishes when they came up, and like people talking about their influences. I mean, there's even people now to this day who still like just love Aaliyah because of what she represented from who she was. Like who am I thinking about? Zelina Vega in WWE, or Thea Trinidad is her real name. She's a big Aaliyah fan. Like she does a lot of her cosplay, especially like from Queen of the Dam. She always talks about Aaliyah. Like she's actually pretty good as in terms of like from a looks perspective of trying to emulate her. But like someone who's Puerto Rican and is so influenced by R&B and hip hop culture, saying that she's one of her big inspirations. Yeah. So really, shout out to Zelina Vega.
Shout out to Zelina Vega.
Because she always was one of those people that I've known in the mainstream or that wasn't in music that always talked a lot about her and always like loved her legacy. But just even to now you get to hear that. Because I think the Aaliyah album, the Red album, is one of the most. I think it's one of the best albums.
You talking about the last album she recorded?
Yeah, the last album she did.
The self-entitled.
Yeah, the self-entitled is amazing. I had to go back and listen to it almost about 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like, bro, this is so ahead of its time.
You know what's crazy, bro? She dropped that album 5 years after the One in a Million album.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a 5-year gap in between that time. She was doing film. She was gearing up to like go on a full actress mode, bro. Queen of the Damned, Romeo Must Die. What was the other one? There was another one I'm missing, bro.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro, like Aaliyah was on her shit, man.
So I'm glad that now that I know there's still a lot of stuff between the estate and and Barry, but the biggest thing is I'm very glad that Aaliyah is available for a generation that never got to hear her and see where the influence came from from people in the past.
Yeah.
And now how it affects to this day with everybody, whether it's a Ari Lennox or whether it's, even when Jasmine Sullivan or just anybody who's a R&B girl, you get to hear them. Janae Aiko, all those different ones. So shout out to her and everything. And big ups and rest in power to a legend in Aaliyah. And that now leads me into our current legends. We've had a lot of great returns this year from some of the biggest artists that we've had. We've had Nas make big returns this year. He dropped 2 albums. His second one came last night. So Nas having King's Disease 2 and having Magic with him and Hit Boy. His collaboration with him and Hit Boy has been amazing. Then you also get J. Cole. He made his return. First time with the Off-Season album. First time since, if I'm correct, this is his first album since KOD, so the 2018.
Okay.
So he released that #1 album, of course. It was, in my opinion, it was good, but I think that people were expecting him to do things from a production standpoint. Basically, Cole focused on his lyrics on this one. Yeah. This is what it was all about. Even because I went to the tour, which is so crazy because he was 2 hours delayed at the Orlando show. But nonetheless, I went to the show and he was saying himself, like, this album was about the lyrics. It was mainly about that. It wasn't about just giving people just some hot beats and everything. It was about trying to display who he was as a lyricist. But nonetheless, the off-season was a great opportunity to show that Cole is still a mastermind in terms of his lyrics. Production-wise, wish it could have been better, but nonetheless.
I thought the production was alright, though.
It felt more minimalist to me.
I don't know.
Compared to KOD, it was definitely more minimalist.
Yeah.
Was it?
Just so that he can get his point across. Don't get me wrong, KOD, he did get the message across because it was just in the whole name of the damn project, but now you go to all season. Okay, so what the hell is he gonna do with this? So
because this is lead up to the warm up album.
Exactly. And we started listening to it. You're like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. This shit's hot. But when you start listening to it and that damn Mario line.
Can we talk about that line? He said, okay, this is J. Cole, right? I fucking love J. Cole, bro. Lyricist. One of the best fucking lyricists of our generation, bro. I felt like that line was overrated, bro. I'll put an M on your head like Luigi's brother.
Yeah.
Hot line. Good line. Not J. Cole. J. Cole is better than that. I feel like no, really, bro. I feel like that's a line where insert rapper here could easily just say that line.
I'm not you, rapper.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a generic line. Put it like this, bro. I watch battle rap, bro. These motherfuckers come up with creative shit 24/7, like all the time. Yes. If you watch battle rap, bro, you know that's the epitome of where lyricism lies today. If you watch it, bro.
Agreed.
Artists like J. Cole, I've heard Cole say way colder shit than that, bro. And I feel like I'm not trying to demonize him over this shit, bro. This is like, it's not him. It's his fans, bro. It's just like the diehard fans that out of all the lines to quote that J. Cole said, you pick. I'll put an M on your head. Now I get the line. Before you motherfuckers come in, you one of those trolls. You don't know lyricists. I get it, bro. I'll put an M. Put $1 million on your head to get you fucking picked off like Luigi's brother. We get it. Mario wore an M on his hat. I get it. It's not that cold, bro. It's a cool line. It's some cool. It's like, it's one of those lines. Oh, okay, that was cool. I feel like I don't know, bro. I just feel like fans put too much fucking emphasis on that.
I would say this.
Because the niggas be looking for something like, what are we going to latch on to? What are we going to remember about this album?
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
But that's what you're supposed to do, especially like that.
That's it. That's the whole
So it's pretty like that was pretty much one of the hooks for the album, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It was. Man. I mean, it was. But I will say this. J. Cole's fans, and believe me, I'm a J. Cole fan, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
Cole's fan, but like his like Dreamville, like I've been day one since since Jermaine Cole, J. Cole. like Mark Phillips and his boys. Like those fans will hang on to anything he says. And think that he's like the prophet of hip hop. I mean, he's one of the three. God. He's one of the three kings. Like I said, it's him, Kendrick, who we'll bring up in a minute, but him, Kendrick, and Drake. Mm-hmm. But out of those whole fan bases, he said, bro, you know they're the three kings of hip hop.
I mean, financially,
name wise, yes,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Name wise is what I'm saying. Yeah,
we can name. Here's the thing about the three kings of hip hop, right? This is everybody. Drake, Kendrick, Cole, right? Mm-hmm. Those are the three. I'm talking about this generation, though, right? Okay. Yeah, those are the three names that are pretty much the premier names of hip hop, right? That are brought up. Mm-hmm. I feel like Kanye easily from time to time, Kanye could easily get added to that list. Whenever he drops, depending on what he does with the album. Depending on what he does with the album. Mm-hmm. Can we acknowledge there's like a second tier? There's a second tier of the three kings and probably maybe a third tier when it comes to artists like Big Sean, Wale, Big Crit. You know what I mean? Like these guys are just as talented as Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
But their success is not the same.
Yeah. They don't get the same recognition.
10.
Yeah.
They're not top 5.
Yeah, basically. I mean, but look, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, and I'll give you that. They are in a tier, but like you said, like they're headline. Like we're talking about headliners. Like those are like anytime Cole, Drake, or Kendrick drop something in this for this generation.
Yeah. Niggas going crazy.
It go crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh shit, I gotta buy that. You know, I gotta listen to that as soon as it happens. So you know what I'm saying? And people still waiting for Kendrick. Like I said, we'll get to Kendrick in a minute, but just
stop bullshitting Kendrick.
Hey, man. But just to bring it up, like you're right. There are different tiers of that, but those guys are the three main components of what this generation is from a star. And you're right, Kanye is. But see, Kanye is in that tier with like Jay-Z, the Nas's, like those legends who like whenever they drop, oh, you gotta hear. Oh, it's time to listen to them. Mm-hmm. But they're guys that don't need to be. They're not a part of this generation.
Or Wayne. I would put Wayne in. I put Wayne in the same sense with Kanye, because they came out. Okay. You got to think, bro. Kanye rap wise came out 2004. Wayne been around since 97, 98, but reinvented himself and went on that run from 2004 to about 2010, 2011.
And keep that Wayne thing, because we'll talk about that later when we start talking about with Jay-Z. But to comment on what you said, I have to say this, and this is no disrespect to Wayne, but I think people have to recognize this. Wayne is not in the category of those still relevant legends. Like
you can say that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like he's more of a legacy act now. Like again, we just said with Kanye, and we'll talk more about Kanye as well, but Kanye is one of those legends where, again, he dropped down the whole year. Everybody just kept talking about Kanye. Kept talking about Kanye.
Well, hold
Anytime
up.
anybody talks about Jay-Z, they talk about Jay-Z. Oh, snap, it's big news. If Nas says something, it's going to be big news. He's gotten a lot of play off of him having King's Disease 2, now Magic. There's been a lot of it. But when it comes to, even though Wayne did drop the Carter 5 last year. And
no. That was about. Well, that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago, bro.
It's been 3 years,
bro.
Now? Oh, you're
this is
right.
What I'm saying.
Right.
Wayne, you know what? No,
it's
because
been 2 years.
I can't. No, it's been 3, bro.
Google it,
bro. Wayne, listen to me. Listen, because that came out right after XXX died. XXX Tentacion died. X did a song with Wayne called "Don't Cry." I remember that, bro. Like, this is the thing. Yeah, I have to go back. I can't just agree to like the point where you said he's just a legacy artist, because, bro, that was his first album.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
That was his first album in 7 years.
2018.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Carter 4 came out 2011. Mm-hmm. It's been a whole 7 years, bro, between that and Carter 5 came out. Everybody was on Wayne's pause. Everybody was on Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Wayne had a moment, bro. Mm-hmm. This proves to me Wayne will have a moment anytime he decides to drop an album. Can
you say that about Funeral though? It wasn't the same hype when
was that like a album?
That was an album.
It was an album.
It was an album.
Okay. Now you got a point right there. Now I'll tell you that right there. But listen, anytime Wayne will drop a Carter project, bro, He has a moment. You got to think about that. What about the Uproar song with Swiss Beats?
Which was
it was a challenge.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It went crazy, bro.
I agree.
So I think Wayne is one of those artists. I think the funeral went gold. I don't know if it went for sure. I think it had to go gold. I think Wayne is one of those artists. Same thing with Nas. Like when Nas drops, he doesn't go stupid 2 billion, 3 million
streams. Of course,
he don't do crazy numbers like that no more. He'll drop a nice project.
Yeah,
but everybody ain't going to hopping to listen to the Nas album in 2021 like that. True. How you used to do 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nas is one of those respectable names that no matter if they drop, bro, he's gonna have his base that's gonna listen to it. That's where I feel like Wayne is at now. Wayne isn't gonna be doing stupit numbers all the time. You know what I mean?
So basically,
I think they're in that pocket.
So that Kanye, so basically, that Kanye and Jay-Z are like the ones that are like the
and Eminem. I'll say Eminem because anytime Eminem drops,
I will say Eminem.
I'm not a big fan of Eminem, but I'm not a hater and I'm not biased. Anytime Eminem drops,
you gotta listen.
A lot of people are gonna listen, bro. He's gonna get his streams. He's gonna get his numbers.
And people can say all they want about
it. Could be a good album or a bad album.
That's what I'm saying. It could be a good or a bad album. I know everybody hated the Revival album, but then what ended up happening when he did the Kamikaze album? Everybody listened. Everybody like, okay, he started dissing folks. He started coming back, and then what happened? He went damn near platinum within the next almost 5 months. That's insane.
This is what I'm saying. So there are tiers. I think there's tiers of the legends, right? Like different categories. I wouldn't even say tiers. Different categories. Like whenever they drop, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna have a moment.
Like Jay-Z, Kanye, Eminem.
I think Wayne was in that class when he dropped Carter 5. Now that you just brought it to my attention at the funeral, put him in the same category as Nas when it comes to that.
Okay.
When it comes to that. Is Wayne the lyricist he was probably circa 2006, 7, and 8? No.
Yeah.
No. Wayne is borderline trash. He's been borderline trash. Wayne has been borderline trash for the past 5, 6, probably damn near 10 years now. But
oh my God.
I have to get this man his flowers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course.
I have to get this man his flowers, bro. Like you always gonna have those artists that can reach into those pockets, man.
Well, the move. So to get on to another person, like I was saying before, Kendrick. I mean, some of the other guys who have returned. Kendrick made basically his return. He hasn't dropped this album yet, but first thing that we heard from Kendrick was
some dope shit.
But the first thing we heard was this is his next upcoming album is going to be his last for Top Dog Entertainment for TDE, and that's humongous, man, because he was with TDE for the longest. I mean, basically he's like, you could say day one. I mean, that's been his first and only record label, but he came after J-Rock. Yeah. And
a lot of people don't remember J-Rock was he was the flagship artist.
He was the flagship artist, and he was the guy who started it all for TDE. Yeah. But now it's Kendrick. But Kendrick has been there he's dropped all his mixtapes, his first album, all the albums, even though he's had, he went major with Good Kid, Mad City by being with Aftermath and Interscope, but every album, TDE. And every time he did something for a TDE artist, he was on it. He'd do it and all that kind of stuff like that. Now, he's no longer going to be a Top Dog artist after this upcoming album. But that was the first time we heard from him in a minute using the Oklahoma name that he's trying to use, which I still want to understand the meaning of it, and he'll probably give context to it later when he does his actual press run. But the first, as in terms of like audio we get to hear from Kendrick after all these years, is being on his cousin's song, Family Ties with Baby Keem for the Melodic Blue album. And man, when I heard that song, I was like, oh, this is really good. And then when we got to that second part with Kendrick and Kendrick goes off, I was like, oh my good God damn,
where the fuck have you been?
Yes, where have you been? And I know some people were like, I think he could have been better. Majority of the internet went crazy when they heard that song. Like, I was like, bro, this is the Kendrick we have been waiting for. When he said, I was like, patient, brother. New flow's coming, be patient, brother. Doing that whole thing. Bro, I was like, if this is what your new flow is about to be, I'm about to be in for a big-ass ride for 2022.
You know what I can appreciate about artists like Kendrick and Cole? Kendrick and Cole, mainly Cole. I say Kendrick is like this now, right? They could not be in the spotlight for years, bro. They can go away for years.
I've talked about this.
Come back. Do buku numbers, drop a classic album. Do buku numbers. They have a moment. You know what I'm saying? Versus where Drake, this is what separates Kendrick and Cole from Drake. You know I'm saying, even though we, a lot of people like to call them, the Three Kings, or they don't have to be in the spotlight all the time to get that support from their fans. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they drop. Drake, he's as talented as he is, bro. I fuck with Drake. I like Drake. Drake has to remain in the... Drake is on everything. He's on his Wayne shit pretty much, bro. Drake is everywhere. Drake remains everywhere, bro. So when it's time for him to drop an album, it's never where the fuck have you been type moment that we get with J. Cole and Kendrick, bro. Because it's like, bro, you've been here the whole time. You just been on other people's shit.
We don't miss you. We just like... So what you doing now?
Okay, yeah. You dropped the project now. You know what I'm saying? That's what separates Kendrick from Kendrick and Cole from Drake.
And I mentioned this, and someone knows who they are. We talked about that with the same thing, like how they leave. And we mentioned this about how Drake is basically the celebrity of the three.
Yeah.
He chooses to be a celebrity. But we've seen, and maybe lesser with Cole. Cole knows his power. And he doesn't stay around much. Like, he'll do his album run and everything like that. But he's never like embraced that spotlight.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
And he doesn't have to. But you want to know who really shows his strength is Kendrick. When Kendrick comes around and he does his whole thing, you could almost say he's big. He's as big, if not bigger, than Drake.
Yes.
But and then when he does his whole album cycle and everything like that, it's Kendrick. But then when Kendrick decides to go away from his hole, because he's the same as J. Cole, he doesn't embrace the celebrity.
Yeah.
He goes into his hole, and you don't hear nothing from Kendrick. You're like, I need that. It's like a crack thing. Like, I need that Kendrick album. I need that Kendrick music or something of similar to him, because he does that so well. He creates such quality music.
Yeah.
It makes you be like, bruh. If for anything, I gotta keep hearing you, and I actually respect that regarding Kendrick and Cole. While we would love to hear more of them, they've established themselves to where they don't need celebrity in order for them to continue having their music sell. I'm not saying Drake is the same thing. Drake enjoys a celebrity. If Drake does it, it's cool. I don't have no problem with that.
I don't think Drake needs to be on the features all the time to have the same. I think he can be in the same pocket that Kendrick and Cole was if he wanted to.
He could.
If he wanted to.
But
like you just said, he embraces it, man.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he wants to be.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Embrace your celebrity if you want to. But it's like you said, we see you all the time. And it's like what you were saying, Jeremy. If Drake is always like, okay, so what you up to now? It's not like, oh, you just dropped something. Okay, cool. It's never like, oh my God, he's coming back. Like you it's that anticipation. Like even though you get the anticipation still, like we were hearing for a Certified Lover Boy and everything like that. You don't get the same thing like with Cole and Kendrick. Like when Kendrick said that he was coming back, or when Kendrick decided to release the song with Family Ties, that went insane. Family Ties went like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? So
see, the thing is, Cole and Kendrick, they paint you a visual fucking journey with their music and their album.
Agreed.
And they take you on a whole fucking ride, and that right there just sparks that interest and just makes you connect to them on such a humane level that you feel how real that shit is, and it just sticks to you. It's addictive.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you just like, this shit is fucking amazing. Like I can just wake up and just think about still the same a lot of shit that they were saying, versus with fucking Drake, it's like it's a chorus or a line that was catchy and in the club, you know what I mean? On some shit, and if they hear some bitches talking about it, but he just like, okay, but still on this cold shit though. So just like, so you just waiting for that story to see, okay, what's been going on with your life? Because my life has been going through this shit. So where we gonna meet up right here?
The Mark Phillips skits when they talk about like Cole, like how they like gotta get their lives together because Cole is back to man. Cole like I gotta do this. I've been doing this. I've been changing my life here. I've been going to school and doing. It's just funny, bro, because that's how it is. But that's how both of them affect their fans, or just even period. To see Kendrick do what he's done in this span, like literally. His first album was a hit, even though it was independently released, was a hit. Of course, Good Kid, Mad City becomes one of the greatest albums of all time. Not just hip hop, but actual greatest albums of all time is Listen and Rolling Stone's greatest 500 albums. Then his next album turns into a classic. Even though it doesn't have the same replay value as something as Good Kid, Mad City, his content and what he talks about on To Pimp a Butterfly makes it a classic. It's like another classic album, Rolling Stone. Then the next one, Damn. Becomes a Pulitzer Prize winner.
We were there.
That's what I'm saying. We went to the Damn concert. Right. I saw that whole time. I went to the Damn concert. I went to the TDE championship tour. I went to that twice in the Bay Area and in Atlanta. But that tells you the impact of someone like Kendrick. And now he's gonna be him. It's gonna be him, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige for the Super Bowl this year in LA.
It's gonna be big.
Big?
Big.
Man, that's about to be something. So just to see like that, and that says a lot because now that means hip hop is coming back to the forefront of things like the Super Bowl because they ousted for years after the whole Janet Jackson instigating and everything. But see, it was produced by MTV, so they basically had a shock of like, oh, we don't want to do things that's not family friendly. So that's why they did all those family friendly acts for years.
Every kind of edging up, them bring the Weeknd in and Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
and get people on the family.
Big
stuff.
Boy came for the Atlanta Super Bowl and everything too. Travis Scott. And then now to finally be like, okay, now they're like, okay, we're going to LA. Hip hop is now, of course, the most consumed music, period. So why not just go on and do it? And thanks to Dre and Snoop and their influence and what they've done allows things like someone like Kendrick to be on the Super Bowl stage. Yeah. Like you said, that's humongous. And now, which segues into like Ye. Ye bringing his return was big time because the whole rollout that came along with this.
That nigga was on some fuck shit.
Yes, he was. I agree.
And you won't even talk about this. This was so funny about it. Now that we're on the topic of Ye because we got these different things to talk about with him. We've got to talk about Ye, and we're about to talk about him and Drake and him and Big Sean. But to talk about Ye returning, is something. I would say with Kanye, like you said, him starting off with the whole, him and Kim got divorced, which was the first thing.
You should never marry that bitch.
And then Kanye starting his rollouts with the whole mask thing, going around with the whole mask stuff and everything, and going to different places. Then wearing his rubber boots and Balenciaga rubber boots and stuff.
Mad this nigga was hiding in the basement of Phillips Arena the whole fucking time.
But you know what's so funny? Mercedes-Benz. But that leads into now again with the rollout of Donda was that we get Donda and Kanye did things that we probably had never seen before. If you really want, just to even go back even further, the first time we saw Kanye do a listening event was when he was at Madison Square Garden and he did for the Life of Pablo. I was there. I remember being there and I still hated it. You're one of my. I will say this: if you ever decide to listen to these podcasts or anything like that, just know, everybody, I am a humongous Kanye fan. I'm in the Kanye hive. But that don't mean I agree with everything that Kanye does. I am not like the Beyonce fans, the Beehive people who just adore everything Beyonce does. I do not highly agree with a lot of stuff that Kanye will do. So, but then he does the Donda listening events in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Did the first one. Everybody was hyped. Oh my God, we're about to have Kanye come back and everything and stuff like that. Let's everybody listen to it. And then
selling cupcakes for $30 fucking.
God damn, I better get my dick sucked along with the fuck? You got some sucky to go along with the cupcake? A cupcake for 30 who?
Nigga, the shit was like
30 what?
It was half of this shit.
Oh no.
It was
It
like that tiny shit
from
Walmart,
bro. We bringing bags in. We bringing food, bro. We hitting up Popeyes before.
We bringing Popeyes.
Hell no.
But
the commemorative shirt was $125.
And you know what's so crazy about it, bro? That's why I don't like going to the listening events because Kanye don't perform. He just sit. He just be on the stage or whatever the platform that he's doing on or whatever the case may be, and he just plays the music. And because it's literally what it says. A listening event. But Kanye shows up and then that's when the music comes on and he does all this different stuff, but he don't perform at all. And then he got all his famous friends. So literally, you're in Mercedes-Benz Stadium or any of those venues for like almost an hour and a half or maybe almost close to 2 hours waiting for Kanye to come out to play the music. And then when he plays the music, he leaves and it's gone. That's what happened when he was when he was at Madison Square Garden when we went to the Pablo event. And it was like, because again, that was for his fashion thing. Yeah. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I want you to perform, yay. You over there performing, putting your hands up high and everything, and playing with Cudi and all them stuff like that. I don't care. I want to hear you at least perform 2 songs. Even Pusha talked about it on Rap Radar podcast. Like, if I do a hosting event, I'll at least stay and do like 2 songs. I'm supposed to only do 2 songs. I'll do 3. 8. Once you play like, what's the last time? It's over. But, you know, I just hated that, bro. So, but anyway, nonetheless. To get off on, they bring it back from that tangent. Kanye did those 2 events at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and he produced Donda in the locker rooms or the dressing rooms of those of the stadium as well to help complete Donda. Then he does the final listening event in Chicago, which I talked about on the previous episode when he did it in Chicago at Soldier Field, and he had the baby who was going through all his controversial stuff with, the LGBTQ community, what he said at one of the festivals, and then the Queen's Ball, or the ball festival in New York, and then he had Marilyn Manson who was going through his sexual assault allegations, controversy, and it was still an amazing event. He burned his house. He burned he made a replica of his childhood home, burned it down, all that kind of shit and everything like that. And then we end up getting Donda, like what, some days later, I think, on that Sunday, and everybody enjoyed it. Well, some people enjoyed it. Some people, were like, "Oh my God, this is great."
Did he really release that? Did they just fucking leak the shit?
No, they ended up releasing it. Now, I mean, Kanye went on and said that. I'm sorry, Ye. We've been saying Kanye this entire time.
Man, Kanye, Ye. We all know him as Kanye. It don't matter.
So Ye released. So he said that Universal released Donda without his permission.
Oh,
but I mean. It is what it is.
But wasn't he supposed to release it at a certain time?
He was.
He kept pushing it back.
Exactly. Or he wasn't getting
that's
released.
Business, man. Like, fuck it. If we have an agreement for you to release your album at this date, you keep pushing the shit back, and we just go ahead and release it anyway. What can you really say about it, bro? Like, fuck it.
So it's something. So but it came out. I mean, you had a lot of mixed to positive reviews about it. I gave it a mixed review. From my own self, because I love the grandiose of what Kanye wanted to do. I love that he wanted to blend the two of gospel and hip hop, but I felt like it needed direction. There are times like you might hear 2 gospel songs, then you hear like a hip hop song, really good hip hop song, and then he might do another song that was sounding drill, and then it's another gospel song, and then an interlude. It was like, excuse me, I think he just needed clear direction with it. Yeah, that's what I think. But everybody else loved it. Everybody's like, it was like the album of the year. Of course, it got nominated also at the Grammys for album of the year as well. So now that brings me to our topic of Kanye and Drake. So we all have known the whole Kanye Drake thing has been going on for years. And I talked about it on the previous episode.
Probably a decade.
You could say a decade, but but it really started. It hit the boiling point like in 18.
This is the softest rap beef I've ever fucking witnessed, bro. This is the softest beef.
It's not beef, it's turkey.
It's turkey. Sliced fucking turkey, bro.
Turkey.
This is the softest beef, bro.
Okay, so to give people context, basically it's been going on for a decade. Kanye and Drake were really cool.
The whole Drake versus Good Music. This shit has been going on for a minute, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It started really with good music. But him and Kanye were always cool at a certain point. Then you could say around like maybe 17, 18.
No, before that, bro. You want to know where it started? Drake started taking, this is when Drake started taking shots. He started taking subliminals. This is when I first heard. When Jay and Kanye was putting together that Watch the Throne album. And Drake was in interviews talking about, bro, you know who he's talking about. His album just came out. He was saying, well, me and Wayne.
Nothing was the same, right?
No. The album, his first album.
His first album. Yeah, okay. Thank me later.
You know what I'm saying? Thank me later. He was just saying, well, you got these other 2 rappers trying to come together, put an album together, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He threw subliminals talking about the throne. You know what I mean? He was taking shots at Kanye and Jay already, bro. He was taking his shots. You know what I'm saying? Then Pusha T, of course, that the Pusha T came back later on and dissed him in Exodus 23. I forget.
Yep.
Shit, Drake was taking the shots at Pusha, Big Sean, boy. Get it while you last, boy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because next shit is the same, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit's been going on for a minute, bro.
It has, now that you mention it, but it's something because it started coming more ahead. Because of course, he got because the throne was on the Pop Style song, even though they got removed for the final version of the album for views. But nonetheless, then you get to 2018 when the whole, and I talked about it too, the whole Drake and Pusha T thing, and then Drake thinking that Kanye revealed the whole thing of Adonis as in terms of his son. Yeah. He revealed that to Pusha T about it. Yeah. And that's when it hit like the high, like one of the high points and stuff like that. Like, oh God, like now they're going at each other and stuff like that. And him Pusha T, but really it was 40 who gave up the information.
Which do we really know? Because that could be Pusha T just lying. I mean, he could be telling the truth, but but then again, those are your ops, bro. So you can just be saying, hey, well, no, 40 was just pillow talking with this chick or whatever. He gave up the information or whatever. We don't know. It could be Kanye. It could be 40. We don't know.
We couldn't.
We do know 40 is still working with Kanye. I mean, with Drake though.
Of course, yeah. But but nonetheless. So again, now fast forward over here to 2021. So Certified Lover Boy got announced earlier this year, and then we're like, okay, great. Then Drake breaks his leg. He pushes the album back even further, and then we start really hearing the rumors about CLB finally coming and everything like that. Drake will, he's been on different people's stuff. He will go to festivals or concerts and perform on people's stuff. But then you really start hearing the hype for CLB start coming up when Kanye started doing Donda. Mm-hmm. Then once Donda gets released, because then we see Kanye doing all the text messages he puts on the Instagram about how he did the little group text and called out Drake and all that kind of stuff like that. Bro. All the different stuff. Drake then does like the response, like he's laughing and in the car and everything. And then what ends up happening that same week, Kanye releases on that Sunday, and then on September 2nd, you have Drake go on and release CLB. Mm-hmm. Now they're in a sales match, and then of course Kanye is going to come out and do well first, but then when CLB comes out with his numbers, it was the most consumed, it was the best first week sales of any hip-hop album the whole year. At first it was Kanye, well over 300,000, then Drake killed it with 600. It said a lot about the whole Kanye and Drake thing, like, oh, Drake is still like the popular guy. But then after all that, from even on the album, being littered with different subliminals, and really more, I don't even say subliminals, really just jabs.
No, we know who was going at. We know who was going at who, bro. I mean, listen to Certified Loyal. See, this is what we were talking about earlier. Me and Jeremy, right? Yeah. I heard the CLB album. I didn't hear much of the Kanye album. Jeremy heard the Kanye album. He didn't really fuck with the CLB. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when I was listening to CLB, that say 7 a.m. on the Brittle Path, dissing Kanye, talking about, yo, you talk about my seed, I'll put you on a fucking Gildan. Like,
there we go.
Bro,
and no friends in the industry.
Yeah, it's no we know who you're talking about on these subliminals, bro. But, man, I'll say this, bro. When Kanye, I don't know why the fuck he put it on the album. This shit was hard. The song he had with Andre 3000,
Life of the Party, yeah.
That was a hard ass response, bro. I don't know why he put it on the album. I'll say this though, Kanye hopping off the porch at 45 years old, claiming GD is the wildest shit I've heard all year. That's the wildest shit I've heard all year. That's the wildest shit I've heard all year. He said I put that on GD. I said, oh, what the fuck? This man is damn near 50 saying this shit. I'm like, bro, Kanye? Bro, did that shit not take you back, bro?
It did.
I'm like, what the fuck? But hey, man, it's good those dudes, man. I'm happy. These dudes are both talented, bro. I'm glad that they put all that little high school drama type shit in the back, in the back. Yeah. And, they were able to come to an understanding, bro, because that shit was petty, bro.
It was very petty.
This is one of the softest rap beefs I've ever fucking seen, bro. You got Kanye on here talking about, oh, Dre, Drake, we live in the same neighborhood. Please don't do this to me. I don't know if you ever seen the interviews with bro. I'm like, are you fucking? He's fucking terrified of Drake, bro. He's fucking terrified of Drake, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then of course the coming. I was like, oh my bad.
This reminded me back when. What the fuck was that? Graduation was coming out.
Oh, him and 50.
Him and 50.
Yeah. But see, that was more of a sales type thing.
Shit, wasn't this? Think about it.
No, because they didn't have history.
It's the same thing. That was just marketed by their record label.
Marketing, that's what I'm saying. But they never had like actual beef. Like there was nothing like going at each other and that kind of stuff. Like versus like Drake and them.
The whole thing is they just use that to kind of market as well, and then just say, well, shit. Put it on the album, and then it'll make people choose sides. So it's kind of one of the same. They just took it to another level.
The only difference is Kanye and 50 dropped the same day. They were planning to drop the same day.
Right.
Universal, Def Jam in respect to Kanye and what was it? Interscope in respect to 50. They came up with a beautiful marketing campaign. Agreed. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter who the fuck outsold who. They were both gonna fucking sell records. They were gonna both have hype behind their fucking records. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Kanye damn near went platinum. 50 still went gold. You know what I'm saying? Within the week.
But it said a lot too.
It was planned marketing. This shit right here, this is just some shit. Kanye came out. Drake decided to drop his album a few days later, bro. Like because they're, you know what I'm saying? They're petty. This is a petty fucking beef, bro. So yeah, it's pretty much like you said, bro. It's the same, man. That's the only big difference, bro.
And then finally, they, like you said, they finally squashed it. And I talked about that on the previous episode with the whole concert, the December 9th concert. Yeah, bro, the Larry Hoover benefit concert. Man, I don't care what nobody said. That whole concert was amazing. Like Kanye, because I talked. He did, but it was what was so crazy about it is that I talked about it too. Is that Ye and Drake came out there and blew it away. Really more Kanye. But when Drake came out there, it was like, I guess they planned it that way to help Kanye look like more of the hero and everything like that. And like, oh, everybody clamoring for Ye because everybody's like, oh, well, Drake was already killing it with the sales, with CLB and all this kind of stuff. It's like they collaborated to say, okay, we'll make you look like the hero. Because when Drake did his piece, he did his 12 set list for the concert. Everybody, all social, everybody was like, it's weak. Because he performed like the recent hits. Kanye came out with all the nostalgia. He came out with the greatest hits. He even came out with some of his newer stuff, you know what I'm saying? From Donda, but it was like the ones that really hit. Like Praise God and also Hurricane. But everything else was like the hits that you ain't heard in a while, like I Wonder.
Or something that you want to see him do.
You know what I'm saying? But then Drake comes out and he does, of course, a 24 cover from Donda, but then everything else was almost 2020, almost 21 recent hits, and everybody was like, bro, we don't want to hear the recent stuff, even though there's still good songs, but everybody's like, we want you to go back, like, Thank Me Later, Take Care.
The shit that Kanye just did.
Yeah, just do the Kanye shit. That's what I'm saying. It's a Kanye at the end of the concert to do Forever, but Drake should have just fucking did. You know what I'm saying? Because if he came out and did Forever, the start after like doing 24, everybody be like, oh, we in here. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole concert was really good. Because even though I like Way Too Sexy, I like Night Talk, like the hits that are off CLB, the vibe just wasn't hitting after you go from all this energy from Kanye, and then Drake slows it so down. And it was like basically by the time he reached mid-set, and I'm not trying to get on Drake or try to diss him or anything like that, but basically what everybody was saying, I felt the same way. Midway through it was kind of like, okay, we want Kanye to come back on now because you've already hurt the vibe. But nonetheless, just to see both of them actually do the concert together said a lot. So I hope that things come from that.
Bro, I just hope this shit, they don't go back to... Bro, I hope the beef is sealed. It never happens again, bro. I hope Kanye doesn't diss Drake no more. I hope Drake doesn't go with Kanye no more. I just want this shit to end, bro. It's not good, bro.
It's not.
It's petty. I mean, that was some good disses. Don't get me wrong. I loved, what was the diss that Drake threw at Kanye's way when he's supposed to diss Pusha T? Only gave Pusha T like 3 lines.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? I pop style for 30 hours and, you know what I mean? That was cool.
I thought it was petty when he at the concert, Drake performs "No Friends in the Industry"
Oh,
right in front
shit.
of Kanye. I
Oh,
thought that
shit.
was funny as hell.
Damn.
It was like he was like literally like dissing Kanye. Like I guess again, Kanye and him agreed on the set list. Like, hey, this is how cool we are. We'll play. It's like damn near like Jay-Z allowing Nas to play Ether in front of him. Like
it is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing about it is if you go and also to really talk about Kanye with the whole petty stuff. Let's talk about the Drink Champs interview where he decides, after all the dedication, after giving him such a great opportunity, Kanye goes and says, Big Sean was the worst thing he ever did. Worst person he ever signed was like one of the worst things he ever done.
Tiana Taylor was probably the fucking worst signee that he's ever
Sign
had.
who?
Man. Tiana Taylor.
Really?
That she ain't never fucking sold shit. Bro, she ain't sold a fucking record. What do you mean? Common sold more than Tiana Taylor.
True that.
The fuck?
True that.
Not the shit on her. She's good at what she does, but fuck it. Like, did he say that was the worst signee he ever had? Or the worst decision he's ever
He said the worst decision.
Come on, bro. No, that fucking haircut. That stupid ass fucking haircut is the worst goddamn decision you've ever made, Kanye.
Well,
It's fucking homeless clothes that you're trying to sell for $500 is the fucking worst decision you ever. Come on,
Wife and no, motherfucking Kim K.
Exactly, bro. You should have just did your thing and had fun. But let's get. I don't want to. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good because then we go because that leads into it because basically Kanye
your superpower is being bipolar.
Bro.
Is the worst fucking decision.
This is the thing though, bro.
But he talks bad about. But to say that he goes on and talk bad about Big Sean. Like he signed Big Sean years ago, and after he did like the freestyle and everything for Kanye, and then he gives him an opportunity and good music. Big Sean has done numbers. All his albums went platinum. All of his albums, even fucking.
This shit is dope.
Well, actually, no. You're right. No. You're right. The Hall of Fame album went gold. Hall of Fame went gold. But all of his albums have gone platinum, except for, of course, Detroit 2. Detroit 2 was the only one. Like his solo chronology is the only one that did not go. That did not get platinum.
Okay.
Because it came out earlier? No, yeah, earlier this year. Was it last year? Dang man, time has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had he had Detroit 2, but other than that, all of Big Sean's albums had success.
Yeah.
So for Kanye,
hits on top of hits, bro.
And that's what I'm saying, hits as well. So for Kanye, it did come out last year. I'm sorry. For Kanye to go and say he was the worst decision he made, I was like, really? And then Big Sean comes on Drink Champs, and then he discusses the whole thing about it. Like he talks about basically like he gave his everything to Kanye, to that label and everything.
Yeah.
But he still hasn't liked the fact that trying to work with Kanye from a business perspective, like the whole thing with his masters. Kanye talked about that, went on that whole tangent last year about giving people their masters, giving his artists their masters back. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I'm still waiting, and you really owe me $6 million. That was a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, but to say that he was the worst thing, I'm like, if you really want to look at it, he's been the most successful artist on good music.
The most successful.
Outside, bro, he's been the most successful artist outside of you. Outside of your first two signees, which was Legend and Common, he's been the most successful.
Yes.
So how you gonna say he was the worst decision?
Yes.
And he basically kept the label up. No disrespect to pushing them, but we all know that in the record industry, you have to sell albums.
Yeah.
You have to, if you go gold or you go platinum, great. He was the only artist outside of Cudi and everything that
sold more than
did.
Cudi. Yep, sold more than Cudi too. And Cudi was the only one that came close to Big Sean's success.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. And this is what I'm talking about.
So what the fuck?
This is what I mean, bro. Kanye is a fucking drama queen, bro. Like, people, I think a lot of, I had a homeboy like this, right? At Homeboy, he was a diehard Kanye fan, bro. But every time he spoke about Kanye, it was about the rants he would go on, the controversial shit he would do. Not about his music. This goes back to Nipsey Hussle. I remember back in 2018, I was having a discussion, bro. This is after months after Nipsey Hussle dropped, bro. I'm like, no. This is months after. Before Nipsey Hussle dies. This is 2019. My bad. His album been out for a year. I'm like, bro, this album is a hard album, bro. I like this album, bro. I think this is before Nipsey even died, bro. I'm like, yo, I think that should have been an album. You know, this should win the Grammy because the Grammys were coming up.
Yeah.
He's like, man, nah, Kanye, whatever album Kanye had around that time, he's like, nah, Kanye.
That was Jesus is King.
I'm like,
the gospel album.
I thought Jesus is King came out later on that year.
In 19. It came out in 19.
Okay. But no. I'm saying any album came out within the past year or so is going to get nominated for the 2019 Grammy.
Yeah.
The Grammys is at the top of the year. So Jesus is King. It wasn't Jesus is King because Jesus is King came out that year. It had to be
the Ye album. It was Ye.
It was probably Ye. You know what I mean? And he couldn't even tell me anything about the music. He was just telling me about shit that Kanye did. I'm like, bro, all I say this to say that all the controversial shit that Kanye does, little rants he goes on or whatever, like, bro, that overshadows your music. That's all I'm saying. That overshadows the music. We don't really give a fuck about your music as much. No matter how dope it could be, we just give a fuck about what are you gonna do. You're a ticking time bomb. We just want to know what the fuck. What can we expect out of your next interview? That's why I watch most of Kanye interviews instead. Because
you have no idea what you're gonna say.
I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. You're entertaining.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Cardi B.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say. You about to say some wild shit. Like, I can't wait till the next time Kanye goes up to Breakfast Club. I haven't watched Breakfast Club in a couple of years, bro. When Kanye gets on that bitch, I'm watching. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna listen to his album. I just want to know what the fuck is he gonna say.
And you know what's so funny? Because Jeremy, you and I, of course, we've seen Big Sean and everything perform. We've also seen Kanye and everything like that. I mean, but like, because I know what Ant's saying, but I mean, what do you feel in terms of like him downing someone like Big Sean, who's like literally, in my opinion, kept the label afloat from a success standpoint? Again, it is not no disrespect to any of the other artists on good music, but we all know from a numbers perspective and the success, it's been Sean.
Of course, but I kind of think a lot of times Kanye does shit for publicity.
Publicity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he does shit to get people's names back out in the media, or he's doing this shit strategically. Because this nigga is like a Prince character. He's avant-garde, but this nigga is still smart. So
he's a mad genius.
Yeah, he's a mad fucking genius. So you think he's doing one thing, when in actuality he's doing something else. So, you know, I kind of took it with a grain of rice, but at the same time looking like, nigga, you wild.
Grain of salt, you mean?
Grain of salt.
He said grain of rice.
The fuck, we at a wedding?
Wedding bells, throw this shit. There you go.
But nonetheless, like, it's like, I still think old Kanye is there. Everyone think that nigga is still there some way, somehow, but after his mama left, that nigga broke. And everybody knows that.
Yeah,
so,
we all agree.
So we kind of just, like, babysitting this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. That needed to be said, bro. And, bro, people make excuses for that shit, bro, but this is the thing, bro. Everybody goes through their fucking trials and tribulations and lose loved ones, bro. Like, that doesn't excuse the fact that you go out and make these, just like you said, man, people are babying you, bro. Like, this is when J. Cole came at him a few years ago on that Subliminal, you know what I mean? Like, people are holding this man's hand, bro, and I think he has a lot of yes men around him, bro.
I agree.
From the outside looking in, I don't know who the fuck he has. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, I feel like he has a team of yes men. You know what I mean?
It's all about your ego.
Yeah, it's all about your ego, man. Like, I probably got a hint of that, like, when I seen Chance, him fucking marking out Chance at that whatever the fuck happened. I don't know, he's cursing Chance, the rapper, out or whatever. I'm like, fuck, do people get to have an opinion around this dude? Like, the people on his team, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that speaks to the quality of shit he's been putting out for the past 5-something years. You know what I mean?
Because there are a lot of people, because I always made this debate, that Ye could have been so much better. The album Ye. Yeah. And then his protege, Travis Scott, ends up dropping Astroworld. And we all know that Travis has been like, you know, he learned from Kanye and stuff like that. You know, he's part of the production wing of good beats, very good beats. And for him to drop the album he did, basically, I've always said this, is that Astroworld is the album Kanye wanted to make. Yeah. Outside of Ye. But like you said, now everything gets affected because you get probably yes men, like, oh, this is good music, this is what you did and everything and stuff like that. Even though he knows what is good, but like you said, sometimes ego affects that. Yeah. and affects your decision making. Because then if you think that's okay, oh well, then when I go on and do it, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, but that happens when you're a celebrity. And a lot of famous people, they don't like people saying no to them because now you have power.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. I think it's good to have no man. It's like, man, everybody can't be like Vince McMahon and you tell them everything is yes, and then all of a sudden you make some of the worst decisions fucking possible and everything like that, whether it's for WWE or, you know, we talking about in respect of Kanye, and you talk about one of your most successful artists that you've had, you know what I'm saying, in terms of Big Sean. And Big Sean has never done anything from a controversial standpoint. No. He's been very consistent. He's been a very talented artist. So that's what really pissed me off. But you're right, Jeremy, that Mad Genius thing, because when he started talking about him, then all of a sudden everybody started talking about Big Sean. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden everybody started talking about so-and-so. And Big Sean was over here back in the public, and then we got to hear the response from Big Sean.
Right. And then you see these niggas were just at a damn party together talking to each other. And they were just chilling. Mm-hmm. They weren't on no beef shit, or no fuck you, my nigga. Like, I heard the shit you were talking. They were just sitting there.
But the interviews were recorded before.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess they didn't. But I guess Big Sean didn't hear the response until afterwards. Mm-hmm. That's what was so crazy. That's why he was like, I was just with Ye when he was tweeting it and everything and stuff like that. So look, man, I hope that gets figured out, because of course they had just released the Drink Champs episode with Big Sean, which was like 3 hours long. So I'm like, hey. No, it's just funny, Noriega. If you ever get a chance to hear this, man, we're big fans of your show. Hear it all the time. But so shout out to Drink Champs and all the noise it gets to make. But with that, let's talk about some fun stuff, man. Some fun shit. The culture, man. Shows. This year was well big for like shows, and like we're all in this room big Power fans. In my family's Power fans, but a lot of my other friends are Power fans. Then we had BMF. Just a lot of great stuff this year. And then even coming up from next year, we just got one of the biggest announcements that Atlanta's going to be coming back. So about time. So, but just to even talk about it, guys. Okay, first, Power. We're talking about Power Book 2. And we also have Raising Kanan this year, which I'm going to say I'm still catching up on. So these guys will talk about more. But Power Book 2 has been some
Tyreek a bitch ass nigga.
Yo, hey man, hey bro. Let me just say this: I cannot wait for the time to come when someone comes along and knocks the jelly out of his fucking biscuit. I cannot fucking wait, bro. I cannot wait. Listen, Ghost gave this bitch ass motherfucker everything there was to gain. I cannot wait for somebody to come shoot the jelly out this motherfucker's biscuit. I cannot wait. I know what's going to happen. I know it's going to happen towards the series finale. It's going to happen. It has to happen. You can't leave us hanging like this, whoever the fuck writes the show. You can't fucking leave us Listen, all of the shit that happens on the episode, right? Mm-hmm. First, before I even get to that, right? How do you feel about the goddamn classroom scenes, right?
I mean, what do you mean by that, though?
The classroom scenes. I feel like they try to be too smart with the classroom scenes.
But that's the point of it.
No.
It's an Ivy League.
No. This is what I'm saying. There's certain themes that go along with the show, whatever episode we're on, right? Let's just say I'm on season 2, episode 5, and the theme is karma. I think that was kind of what happened or whatever. They go from student to student to student to student talking about the themes of karma or whatever, right? But it seems like they're trying to be too smart. they're trying to be too smart about. Maybe the fuck I'm dumb as fuck. I don't know. Because it's like they try to make things over complicated and over complex when it's just talking about themes of karma. It's like it drags on and it drags on. When you think the conversation is about to be going, it drags and it drags and it drags, bro.
It does, but at the same time, you gotta think about it. These are actual motherfucking motherfuckers' perspectives in this world.
Exactly. Agree.
And
Okay.
It's a round robin, and you keep getting back and forth. One side of the table, other side of the table. You got the Republican, you got the Democrat, you got the rich boy, you got the hood nigga, you got the spoiled bratty, you got the nigga that almost didn't get in this motherfucker. So it's just like everyone has different perspectives to give to everyone, and that kind of reminds me. We did that one time back in high school, and we dragged it. It was about a book. We dragged that bitch for a month. Okay. Because everyone brought up so much different shit, and everyone saw things differently. Okay. And that's what the teacher was looking for, because you can read the book and you understand what the fucking narrative and where the shit is going, but where did you get it, and what do you think is the backstory behind this, and what was the author trying to really fucking portray? You know what I mean? And that's just gives you another level of thinking, because when we get to those Ivy Leagues and stuff like that, they give you that different environment to grow and to kind of blossom and think about it.
No wonder I couldn't appreciate it. I went to HBCU. I went to a HBCU. Watching show about Ivy Leagues.
I went to HBCU too.
Listen. This is just off of this fucking season alone, right?
Okay, yeah.
This is a list of shit. What's fucking going on with the show? This shows you how fucking overblown the goddamn plot is with this fucking show. Throw this goddamn show in the trash. Listen. These are the fucking plots. I'm about to name them. Tariq and Kane trying to cover up the professor's murder. 1. The lady professor fucking the white cop.
2.
Right? Kane working with Mecca. 3. Drew and his boyfriend. 4. Tariq and Lauren. 5. Tariq and Diana. 6. The white boy working with Kane behind Tariq's back. 7. Tariq getting the white boy to sign his head or CEO of his business, right? Diana trying to get into school. 9. Monet and Mecca. 10. Diana and Elfie becoming friends, right? 11. Zeke getting accused for murder. 12. Sax fucking the other lawyer. 13. Tate working at the college. 14. Tate's brother, who's his brother in real life, working on the case. 15. Lauren wearing a fucking wire. 16. Kane framing Tariq. 17. You know what I mean? Also, besides that, you got Meth using sex to get his brother out. 18.
Who is Redman?
Who is Redman? Also, besides that, you have, which the father is out now, but Diana was trying to get Method Man to get her father out of jail, which we learned on the last episode. He's out of jail now. This shit is overblown. This shit is crazy, bro. I don't know if it's just me. It's too. They're complicating this shit.
There's always been power.
It's overblown.
There's been power the entire time. Listen, it's been on television.
You know what? Maybe it's not me, because I'm one of those people that I watched the first 3 seasons of the Ghost Power, right? The first Power, right? I had to go back and catch up with everybody else because, hell, it was overblown. It was getting overblown, bro. This is why I like BMF. BMF, it's not too much going on.
It's simple.
You got besides the main story, you probably got 2 or 3 more side stories. That's it. We just counted out fucking damn near 20 fucking side stories, bro.
We didn't even talk about the nigga with the gun and motherfucking the detective and shit.
Yes. Another thing.
Ramirez.
Another thing. Tariq trying to frame 2-Bit for the murder. That's another one. Bro, I don't need to know. Why the fuck do I need to know what's going on in these lawyers' personal lives? And the lawyer that's trying to get Tariq put in jail or whatever, his fucking sex life. I don't need to fucking know about what the fuck his family is doing and how his father feels about his career. Sex. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I don't give a fuck, bro. I just can't wait for this bitch nigga to get what's coming to him. I cannot wait. I can't.
Oh my god! But see,
letter from Ghost. You in the right place, you little bitch.
Oh, I love that. I loved it.
Thank you,
Amari Hardaway. My heart smiled when
Thank you for Amari Hardaway for coming back for that wonderful appearance.
That's what you deserve, bitch ass nigga.
Listen, but the Kanan story. Oh my god.
That shit's hard.
Listen, I think that's the best. I like it better than Power so far, bro. I like it better than Power.
I mean, come on, it's fucking 50's story. 50 you gonna come correct with his shit.
Yes.
Fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
We gonna keep bullshit with y'all to drag that shit out just so I can put money into my story.
Oh, so do you think the Kanan story is loosely based off 50?
It is. Yes. I think it is.
Because 50's father wasn't a cop. 50 didn't even know his father.
Right.
That's why it says loosely.
Loosely, you think, okay.
Just because
there are elements there. His mother was a drug dealer.
That's what I'm saying. Loosely means, yes, we take elements of the life. That don't mean everything is a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Southside, Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He just ain't psychotic as Kanan became. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big. That's the only difference.
How you know this nigga ain't sitting there talking about vitamin water?
But no, I mean, but to even talk about, like you said, with BMF, what I've enjoyed about BMF has been more. I mean, yes, it's another drug story, but like you said, it's very much more simple. You know about Meech and his brother and his family, how it affects the family, and what his dreams and aspirations were to become something bigger than just Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I enjoy about it. And you see with not just only having them talk about Meech and his life, but to have his son to play him. And for 50 to even give him lessons, like, I'm going to put money into you so you can get these lessons down so you can play your father and do an amazing job.
He's doing a great fucking job.
Great job. So he's done an amazing job playing his dad. But to also see how they slowly start building into how BMF became what they became.
Yeah.
I really like I really enjoy it. I think it's been a great show so far. I mean, I think they still got some great stuff. Like Lamar is wild as hell.
You can't stop the
Rain.
Marvel, can I, bro? Marvel is one of the most fucking. He's one of the best fucking villains in drug and crime drama history, bro.
This man don't die.
I don't think he's dead. They didn't really show him. They showed him getting shot. They didn't really show him. I don't think he's dead, bro.
I don't think he's dead either.
I don't think he's dead,
I
bro.
don't think he's dead.
Can we say this though, man? 50 is a fucking genius.
He is.
50 has managed to create a Marvel universe for drug dealers. Like, he's created a Marvel universe for drug dealers, bro. This power shit is genius, bro. You know how many fucking stories? We're about to get a Tommy story. I think I read something the other day. The Tate character. He's about to get a fucking spinoff.
After, yeah.
It's called Influence. I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy, bro. This is fucking crazy. But speaking of BMF, bro, I can't wait for them boys to get down to Atlanta, bro.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
See, but then, do you think that they'll still have Meech be played by his son at that point? Because then he'll be older though.
But yeah, they still
look at the beginning of the damn show. It was his son playing fucking Meech. Still, wasn't it?
No, that was another dude. That was another dude.
No, there's another guy.
But they still gonna, bro. They're gonna keep Meech Jr. throughout the whole show, bro, until they fucking get popped. You know what I mean?
Get popped.
I think they're doing a good job right now, bro. They're doing a good job showing the whole Detroit culture, whatever, bro. Maybe Atlanta won't come into play until, I don't know, season 3, 4 later
because
on.
Because then you gotta jump from the 80s into the 90s. Like that's a big.
Then
jump.
the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't think people understand how much BMF was permeated throughout hip hop culture, bro. Bro, they were involved in fucking movies. 3 Strikes. I don't know if y'all ever seen 3 Strikes. That was produced by BMF.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Blue Da Vinci was in that shit. He was the fucking slimy ass dude that tried to get the main dude locked up or whatever. Like, that was Big Meech, bro.
Yeah.
Magazine was the shit for Juice Magazine was the shit for about
do you remember that?
A year. Bro, I remember Jeezy rapping about I got Juice like the magazine, bro. I used to buy XXL in the Source. Man, went to a corner store one time. I seen Juice Magazine. I'm like, oh, is this what he's talking about? Seen this older dude look like he was just getting money with cornrows and shit. Had a suit on. Some shit in the background. BMF runs the world or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Bro, that was a dope ass magazine. Even though it had a short run.
Yeah, very short run.
If BMF never ended up in the predicament that they ended up in, bro, I think, man... I think they would have took over hip hop eventually. Bro.
Oh yeah, I mean they were literally a black mafia family. They were literally a mafia.
You got all these other artists that was fucking with him, man, like Fabulous. All these other artists, you just really didn't know fuck with it, bro.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, man. Shouts to them.
No, yeah, and just to even bring back up now, like what we're expecting for the future. Like, I mean, we talked about Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be coming back next year in March. They announced March 24th. I mean, but if you all know, like, for us who are people from Atlanta, like, Atlanta is, like, the best fucking show that we could have ever had, bro. It's a great representation of Atlanta, and not just Atlanta, but literally things in music and culture that, even though they exaggerate it to a point, but it's the fact that they bring all those elements together. They make you laugh, they make you think, they make you, they entertain you in all of it, but you really get something from it every time. Yeah. There's nothing you can't say like, oh man. No matter, even if Lakeith's character, I can't remember his name with anything, but Lakeith's character, no matter how crazy you think he is, he really makes you think about stuff. Yeah. Earn being the dude who's trying to really make it, but he really fucks up a lot along the way. And Paperboy being that being the hood rapper who's starting to become mainstream and what comes along with that mainstream success. Yeah. Those are things you really see, man.
You know what's interesting about Atlanta, bro? I've had this conversation with people. Atlanta really doesn't have a genre.
It doesn't.
You could say it's a comedy, but it's
you
really
can
not
say
a comedy.
It's a dramedy.
You say it's a drama. That's the closest thing that you can come to it. But I mean, even in so, bro, like, I can't really put it in the box. It's one of those shows you really cannot put Atlanta in a box. Right. Neither the city, for that matter.
No, not even the city.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, just like you said, man, I think it encapsulates black culture. You know what I mean? Not just in Atlanta, but black culture overall.
Oh, I agree.
The only thing, bro, I just hate that, and I know COVID has a lot to do with this, and Donald Glover's schedule and everything, bro. We really don't get a season until every 2 or 3 years, bro. Yeah. Remember this shit came out in 2016. We didn't get season 2 until 2018. I thought, to be honest, bro, it's been going for so long. I thought we had 3 seasons already. I thought this was gonna be season 4. This is season 3.
Yeah.
So, bro.
But that's how big it is to FX. If you really notice it, man, like they allow it to like hang for a good while and take its time, and then of course come back together because they all know when it gets announced, we're gonna watch that shit. It's just, bro, it's just like what we were talking about earlier. It's that show that no matter when, how long it takes time off, we're gonna come right back and watch that shit.
What did we leave off from the last time? The last episode I saw was they was in the airport, right?
When they got on the plane and they found the gun in old boy's manager's backpack because Earn put the gun in there when they were on the way to Europe.
But really, it was the other dude that framed his own manager or something, right? He had something to do with it.
Earn framed the other guy's manager with the gun because Earn had kept the gun from his uncle Willie. Yeah. He kept the gun in his backpack. Yeah, and so he put it in there because if that happened, he wasn't gonna be able to go with them to the Europe and everything. Right. So that's why he pinned it on old boy, and that's when he was like, because remember, Paperboy was like, "You always take out for me. I saw what you did. Yeah. That's why I need someone like you to always look out for me and everything like that." Right. When they found out, he's like, "I put the gun in so and so's backpack," and you can see like people were just like, "Fuck."
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was the rapper. It was the rapper that was speaking to him. The rapper passed that shit along, so he was like, "All right, fuck it. I just got framed. Let me put it in my fucking manager's backpack, right?"
No.
You sure?
Earn put the gun in the rapper's manager's backpack. Okay. He found a way to switch the gun and put it in his backpack. Right. That's how we get left off. That's why Paperboy was like, he saw what he did. He saw what Earn did, but he didn't know where he put the gun at. I know
that part, but Paperboy said something to the effect of, he told Paperboy, right? Earn told Paperboy, I put it in his bag. You don't remember that?
He did. That's what I'm saying. That was how the episode ended.
No. You don't understand me. Earn told Paperboy, I put it in I forget his name. He put it in the rapper's bag. The rapper was supposed to be the one getting locked up. The gun was in his bag. The rapper passed the gun along, put it in his manager's bag. Right, yeah. Earn didn't put the gun in his manager's bag. Earn put the gun in the rapper's bag. That's what I'm saying. The rapper's fucking dirty too. That's what I'm saying. That's why they look at him like he's crazy.
You know what? You're right. You remember that? I missed it. Yeah. You know what? You are right.
That's why when they seen the rapper, he was like, "Yo, where's such and such?" Because Earn knew that he put it in the rapper's bag. He's like, "Oh, he got cut up with TSA, man. Something about a gun." And that's when Earn turned to Paperboy. He was like, "Yo, I put the gun in his bag." You don't remember? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro.
That's something. That's crazy. Well, you know, now you say that, hey, it is what it is. But I just gotta say, y'all, regarding Atlanta, Still to this day, one of my favorite episodes. I'm gonna ask y'all boys, like, what's y'all favorite like episode? My favorite episode is still Willie. I don't care what nobody said. Alligator Man.
Oh,
that's my shit, bro.
damn.
That's my shit, bro. Bro, Cat Williams deserved that Emmy that he won. He deserved it.
He got an Emmy for that episode?
He won an Emmy. Yeah, he won an Emmy for that character. Yeah, he deserved it.
You know what? Besides that, I probably have to say season 1 when they were at the club. They went to the club and Paperboy. I think he was getting paid to stay at the club or whatever. They were talking about the whole club culture and everything.
Yeah,
he was going to get the money, and he came back. He was going to get the money, and the club promoter was like, "Man, get the fuck out of here! I ain't paying you shit." He pulled the strap on him, and then Ern went back to Paperboy. He's like, "Look, man, I ain't like you. This nigga knows I drink juice and shit." I'm like, the fuck, yo. Then the dude at the end of the episode. The dude had an invisible car. He ran people over and shit. I was like, oh, this is some shit.
And they said they had an invisible car too.
Yeah.
And they were like, nobody believed it.
Yo, when I seen that, I'm like, yo, this show is different, bro. That told me, like, yo,
Jeremy dying, bro.
Anything can happen in this fucking show.
Anything, bro.
Like, it's just not a real show. Like, anything can fucking happen. So I'm like, yo, this is the show I need to be watching, bro. This is the show I need to be watching.
Bro, it's so true, bro. Oh my god.
I forgot about that shit.
Yes.
Hey, bro, what about at the end when Ern raised Michael Vick outside of Onyx?
That shit was so random. That shit was so, bro.
He said, "I'll do it." Oh, he ran this amount. He ran this main races. I think I'm good and everything, and got his ass beat. And then what at the end? Van's like, "It's Michael Vick in the limousine." Bro, like, who you thought you was trying to face Michael Vick?
Right.
Like, Michael Vick? But anyway, bro, but the invisible car thing was funny as hell, bro. But, bro, Willie, with that whole alligator shit, his whole, and everything he said was just hilarious, bro. But it was right because people like Willie happen all the time. When he talked about when Ern was like, "Oh, I don't want to be like you, some person who's a know-it-all and everything like that, like someone who really was shit but then become shit because he thought he was a fucking know-it-all and everything and became a straight-up junkie, and that really hit him. So then when he came and talked to him and apologized, and you get to really hear what happened to her, like in a bit, what happened to Ern's mother and everything, because that's his uncle. To see him say like, if you don't want to be like me, get rid of that chip off your shoulder. That shit ain't worth it and everything. That's a real big lesson. But then to just see him like release the alligator coming out, and everybody's like, oh shit. And then after all that, as soon as the alligator just lays down, everybody's like, where's Willie? And then the motherfucker just running down. Bro, classic. I love that.
Classic
my
shit. 2
episodes would have to be the one when Paperboy's trying to get a haircut.
Oh,
Bibby's the shit, bro.
Bro,
Bibby's the shit.
Oh my god.
Nigga did everything.
Were we talking about that earlier? Were we talking about that earlier? Where they get into the car accident, and then Bibby's like, "It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right." And the girl comes out, and she's like, "Ah!" And Paperboy's like, "Oh shit. Oh damn."
I just want a haircut, damn it, baby.
Bruh, what was the shit? Wait, you want Zaxby's? Of course I want Zaxby's.
That one, then what the fuck was the one when Donald Glover dressed up in whiteface? What the fuck?
Oh, the Michael Jackson type shit? Like,
that shit.
the dude,
Oh, hey,
that
yo,
shit's
bro.
weird as
Teddy
fuck.
Perkins.
That shit was weird. That was
weird
eerie. That was a
shit.
weird, eerie fucking episode,
It
bro.
was. But
It's one of them episodes supposed to be like, yo, does that type of shit happen in Atlanta? Maybe you go there towards Buckhead and them damn houses up there looking like that.
Bruh.
You don't know what the fuck going
But
on.
but the crazy thing about it was like how so closely related it was to like Michael to an extent. That's what was so creepy about it. And if you ever listen to people who said on behind the scenes that basically Donald Glover method acted that whole thing. Like, he was in character the whole time. Every time he was on set, he had the makeup on. He would stay in it and everything and stay in voice and all that shit just so he could be able to play the part the way he did. Because everybody didn't even know that was Donald Glover for a while.
I had no clue.
No, I didn't know that was
Nobody.
I had no clue.
But he played the hell out of that part. But
all for a damn piano and rainbow keys.
but it's probably one of the most talked about episodes. You know what I'm saying?
And make sure you get him a glass of water. I was like, this nigga is tweaking.
But man, so we can't wait for Atlanta to come back next year. So again, all the wonderful shows that we had that we've talked about, leading up to now this show that came around last year, which was Versus. We all have. I don't care what nobody said. If you ain't, I'm gonna care. If you have not seen any of the Versus, you need to go do yourself a favor. Get an Instagram account and go watch these damn shows. Go, bro. Like some of these are like crucial to like not even just because of what we dealt with COVID, but to the culture as a whole. Just to see like these rappers of yesterday or these artists really of yesteryear come together and really like go at each other with their best 20 songs has been amazing. But this year we got a great amount of content from Fat Joe and Ja Rule, to the Lox and Dipset, the Bone Thugs and Harmony, and 3-6 Mafia, Ashanti and Keisha Cole, Earth, Wind and Fire and the Isley Brothers. Like we had a great amount of them. I mean, they did old school, new school. I mean, to an extent, our school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just to see what they did was amazing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I know we talked about it earlier. The best moment had to be the Jadakiss performance, or basically Lox doing what they did against Dipset. But my favorite was 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay. I have to go back and watch Bone Thugs and 3-6. Mm-hmm. Again, I didn't necessarily. I seen clips. You know what I mean? The audience looked terrible though, bro. Like,
I didn't understand that LA audience.
This is the thing, though. I understand why they had to do it in LA because again. You got the South. Territory. Yes, you got the South versus the Midwest. Jadakiss, though, bro, hands down. If there's ever Versus Awards or whatever, this man hands down has the performance of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Or of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, this man dismantled Dipset damn near all by himself. No,
again.
Not the shit on Sheek Luch and Styles P. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This man came up. He was ready for war.
He was.
And that's the difference, bro. Going into this shit, I thought Dipset was going to win. Hands down.
Really?
Because Dipset, you got to think, bro. I think they have more hits than the Lox.
They do.
Dipset has more hits than the Lox, bro. They have more commercial hits, too. Mm-hmm. More commercial hits than the Lox. I didn't think the Lox... I think the Lox had a chance of winning, but I didn't think whoever won was just going to mop the fucking floor with them.
Word.
Bro, man, Jadakiss showed that there was levels, bro. He showed that there were levels. You know what I mean? As talented as Cameron and Joels is, and you know how many hits Jim put up or whatever, bro. That goes to show, bro. When you know your shit, skill will override style any day of the week, bro.
I agree.
These motherfuckers, Dipset came up there dressed in diamonds and fur coats and shit, bro. Damn that, bro. Jadakiss.
Fuck all the flicks.
They wiped them out, bro. They wiped
He
them
said,
out, bro.
I do this for New York.
We outside.
Said that. We outside.
Yeah, bro.
He said that. And that's what I loved about it.
It was ugly, bro.
Oh, it was very ugly. I mean, it was, like you said, it was crazy the fact that...
niggas live in Miami. Who the fuck are these niggas?
But for real, bro, because if you look at it, everybody always talks about, like, Versus. We got to a certain point where it didn't become more of a battle. It became more of like, okay, we're going to do like the celebration and everything like that. They took it and said, we're going to fight. We're going to actually like go at it. I'm sorry. We're going to go at each other. Because this is a Versus. We're supposed to put our best songs up against each other. Yeah. Right? And like you said, they came up like being flashy, flexing and stuff like that. But you could literally tell that Dipset was like, that was like they coming together just for an appearance. Yeah. The Lox always been solid.
They're brothers. The Lox are brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could tell. Just like you said, bro. Yes, you could see it. You could see it. You could see that it was just business with Dipset. Well, we just about to make this appearance together. We don't really fuck with each other like that. Let's come together and get this money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And the Lox came up there and said, oh, y'all ain't gonna come in here and really fight? Y'all ain't come up really for this? Oh, shit, we about to show you. And did freestyle after freestyle. And these weren't even songs that Jada, that they had before. These was just freestyles, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's insane about it. He cared. It's like what Tyler said about him. He cared about that. He cares about this.
You know what's crazy? Styles P didn't even fucking do BMF. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what's so fun? Yeah.
I forgot all about BMF. He didn't even do it. It's crazy.
That's insane. But I'm saying if you go back and go watch the reason why that Bone Thugs and 3 6 was a great one, outside of that horrible audience, which, like you said, I get the neutral territory thing, but I lived on the West Coast. So one thing I was learning about the West Coast, not to get too far off of it, if it's not their culture sometimes, they don't go as hard as they could have.
Yeah.
But these are national acts. These are like legends. Like, 3 6, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah. Why are you not going even harder for a lot of these songs? Yeah. It shouldn't have to be the South. But who am I to say? But besides that, the way it started, bro, 3 6 came out already busting with they hits and everything. 3 6, I'm sorry. Bone Thugs was taking their time with a little bit with it. But man, when Busy Bone got pissed at like the whole getting mocked at by them, y'all ain't gonna fucking mock me up here and everything. And they shut your ass up. Suck my dick. He said, and Gangsta Boo, and he threw the damn water bottle.
Should took your pills, but this is the thing, bro. Hey man, it's all in competition. This is the thing, bro. This goes to show you certain shit will set off certain people, bro. Once Juicy J, hey man, I think Busy Bone was being extra, but once that SMD came out of Juicy J's mouth, bro, those are fighting words, bro. Those are fighting words. You can't stand up there and say that shit to just everybody, bro. If you'd have said that shit in a verse, you'd have said that shit to like a Gucci Mane. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yo, you'd probably gotten fucked up. Yeah. You know what I mean. You can't sit there and say it. So it's cool, man. Like They shook it up, continued the fucking show.
No, and that was great. I mean, I guess, because we saw like some of the tweets and everything that came from Swizz, but it was just funny because some people on social Swizz must have went and talked to him and told him, hey man, you ain't getting your fucking money if you don't go back up there and perform. And he sobered up and went back out there and dabbed it up and he went on about their business.
Fuck it is what it is, bro.
Oh man, that was funny. But I mean, but when I will say 3 6 always has a bunch of hits, from Who Run It, even some of their
Project Pat shit.
Project Pat. When they brought Project Pat, bro, they brought up Project Pat.
Lil Wayne.
They brought Wayne. They brought Terrence Howard out there. Bro. I'm like, when he brought Terrence, I was like, what? Wait, what?
They couldn't even appreciate Terrence Howard.
I was like, bro, the crowd couldn't. Yeah, the crowd.
That's
couldn't
what I'm
appreciate
saying,
that.
bro.
Bro, when they brought Terrence Howard, I was like, what? He performed is hard out here. I was like, bro.
They won the Grammy for a song, bro.
Of course, they won an Oscar for that song.
Oscar, I'm sorry, Oscar
for that, bro. Right. Oh my god, but then when what's it called? When Bone Thugs brought some of their people up, when they brought Tanya up from the Rugged Stuggish Bone, they brought her up there. Yeah. Who else am I thinking about that they brought up? I'm missing.
Lil Jon.
They did Lil Jon.
I forgot all about that song, bro.
Oh boy.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was hot.
Fun fact though. 3 6 Mafia is in that video. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, right.
With Crazy Bone.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They had rap beef. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They didn't really have real beef. They had rap beef. There was some rap shit, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of because I mean, Bone Thugs had a lot of beef with a lot of folks because they feel like people were copying their style.
You know what I mean?
Twista and all them copying their style. I'm like, bro, but it's like, hip hop
Tommy Wright the Third. I don't know if you
hip hop is a copycat league. It's just like sports. It's a copycat league. Yeah. I mean, but I understand everybody feel like, oh, they took y'all style. I'm like, bro, you know what? Do our style and try to do it better. And if you can do it better, okay, now we gotta come back and do better with you. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, we had Fat Joe and Ja Rule, which was, I mean, it was okay.
Ja Rule,
but Ja Rule won it, bro. Yeah.
I don't know, Fat Joe, no, bro.
I don't think some of the matchups I feel like weren't like the best like matchup against, but they got to get who they can get to go up against each other. Even though, and we talked about earlier with the Ashanti and Keisha Cole one and everything, how that just started, and
that shit was just funny as hell. Keisha was on her ratchet shit. My mama and my daddy and my cousin, my baby daddy, they got me all fucked up and yada yada yada. But it's cool, I made it. Like, bitch, the verses is over.
So yeah, bro, that was funny. But no, but that even goes back into what we were saying, bro, about Jay-Z, because we talked about earlier about how Jay said not even a few days ago on Keisha Cole's Twitter space.
Keisha Cole.
I'm sorry, Alicia Keys. I'm sorry, Alicia Keys. My bad. We talking about Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is a Twitter space, and when he talked about can't nobody be up on that stage and mess with him. Yeah. Boy, all of social media went into a frenzy. Because that led into that whole Lil Wayne thing the way we were talking about earlier, bro.
Because it's not true, bro. I can name at least 2 or 3 people off top that can go hit. Remember, you gotta remember, bro. It's only 20 songs, bro. I can name 2 or 3 dudes that can at least go up there and compete with him for 20 songs. Lil Wayne being one of them. Kanye West being another. Drake, of course, being another, bro. These people have songs and catalogs. Wayne and Drake's catalog is so extensive, dog. So extensive to the point where, bro, they don't even have to do their own fucking songs. They can go up there and compete with Jay-Z. Yeah. They don't have to even use their own fucking songs. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
Wayne, I'll give you another one. Wayne, just in 2007 alone, was on Billboard over 77 times. He was on the Billboard charts for over 77 fucking times. If that doesn't tell you what you need to fucking know all along from that conversation, I don't know what to tell you. I like Jay-Z's work, bro, but I feel like people overestimate Jay-Z, bro, at times when it comes to shit like this. But see,
I don't know if it's more to overestimate, but see, okay, I would say this. I don't think it's that they overestimate. I feel like people forget about Jay-Z.
That too.
I feel like that's the biggest thing, because you gotta think about it, and I had this discussion with somebody else too, is that we have this thing where a lot of people got raised on Wayne and his mixtapes, that they see him as like, he's our guy, like, oh, you can't beat him, stuff like that. I'm like, bro, have y'all listened to Jay-Z? Like, Jay-Z has 14 albums. We're talking about his albums, like, because it's like you said, it's about the hits, right? What you said with Wayne is true about how he has over 70 hits on the Billboard charts, right?
That was just 1 year.
That's in 1 year.
That was just for 1 year.
That's in 1 year, okay. But outside of those things, how much can Wayne pull from his own discography that's not mixtapes?
He can pull a lot from his own discography.
But can it go up against Jay's discography from an album perspective too?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
But can it beat it?
Go DJ.
Can it beat it?
Yes. He can compete with. Listen. Just albums. I'm not even talking about mixtapes. We're just talking about discography, right? Hits from discography.
Okay.
Go DJ. Money on My Mind.
Yep.
Bring It Back. A Millie. 6'7". Mrs. Officer. 3-Peat. What else? You could say later on Up with Uproar. If we can name another one. What was the one? John. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't know about John.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
John, you got, bro, Wayne has a bunch of shit on his album. Album-wise, Wayne has the hits, bro.
We didn't say he didn't have the hits, but can we go and say that he will just like
comfortable. You got comfortable. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know comfortable. Yeah. But I think what people are saying is, if you don't take, and I've had a lot of like friends and people like out there on social media, they always are saying Wayne, but I'm saying this: if you take Jay's hits and you take like his collaborative hits, can Wayne beat those from his collaborative, and can he because everybody keeps making it sound like it's gonna be some fucking landslide.
I wouldn't say it's a landslide. I don't think it would be a landslide on either side. But I think Wayne will give him a fucking run for his money. I think Wayne. Same with Drake. I think, you know what? As far as discography wise, if we're just talking about discography, Drake and Ye have way better chances than Wayne. We're just talking about hits overall. We're just talking about hits overall, right? Hits overall, Wayne and Drake. Wayne and Drake top 2. We're just talking about discography, bro. Discography.
Drake can definitely go head to head with Jay-Z if we just talk discography, bro. Discography, yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. What do you think about when people saying they should put Busta against Jay?
Jay a smoke buster, bro.
He'll fuck him up.
Jay a smoke buster, bro. Busta's a good fucker performer. I think people get it twisted, bro. Busta's a good fucking performer. He was a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? Bro, Jay would fucking dog walk Busta, bro.
That's something. Okay. That's something. So we're saying Wayne, Kanye, and Drake will give Jay-Z basically a run for his money.
Yes. Could beat him, bro. These
could
three
beat him.
Can beat him, bro. Jay can beat them too. I'm not saying there'll be a
Jay can. I think
I'm not
Jay can
saying
beat him too.
I'm not saying it's a cakewalk on either side. It's not a cake. Jay-Z is not a cakewalk.
And I think that's
You know what I mean?
I think that's the biggest thing with me is that I know why people print. I think that people keep saying that they feel like they will beat Wayne. Like I'm sorry, that Wayne would beat Jay-Z like outright. It's like no, because you gotta think about this from Wayne as from regional, even though he went mainstream and became big. But look at the fact of how Jay-Z, no matter what the times were, he adapted. He had a hit every decade, every generation that's come up, he still has been hitting. Even though Wayne's been the same way, but Jay has been on a lot of stuff. He's been doing it way longer than Wayne. And to say that...
We got to remember, bro, Jay-Z came out in 96, Wayne came out in 97, bro. They've been around the same time.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, but as in terms of like when their success really came...
Jay-Z 98, Wayne 99.
You can say 97. For Wayne, you can say Jay-Z. You can say Wayne. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay-Z was 97 because of his
mainstream success and popularity.
98. Okay, and then
Wayne mainstream success and popularity 99, bro. His album came out. He was 17 in 99. Block is hot, bro. Like,
yeah, but
Wayne was here, bro.
I would say the Carter One is really his mainstream success.
No, bro. You got to think about
people
it.
People knew Wayne, but I would say
listen.
Carter.
The Carter was just Wayne revamping himself, bro. Wayne was already successful before the Carter. Listen, the Carter didn't even put in things in perspective. The Carter didn't even sell as much as The Block Is Hot. The Block Is Hot went fucking double platinum. The Carter only went gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just Wayne revamping himself. That's when people started to take Wayne serious as a lyricist. Wayne already did numbers. Wayne was a fucking... a Black Hood Justin Bieber around this time. You know what I mean? Just to put things, you know what I mean? Like, he was here. He was a cursing little Bow Wow. You know what I mean? That talked about gangster shit. Yeah. That's what Wayne was when he first got here, bro. So, like, when people say, oh, well, Jay-Z, he was already here a long time, way before Wayne, bro. It's just like, bro, they came out and got on around the same time, bro.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I mean, I can say that. I guess my thing with Wayne is that his superstardom came when a little bit later. He had success.
But he was a superstar when Cash Money started the version, right? 90, 97, 98, right? I remember they got that deal because of BG. Then Juvenile became the man. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the Hot Boys album. Right? The year after the Hot Boys album, Wayne dropped his solo shit. After Juvie, Juvie dropped his solo shit at the end of 98.
Yes.
Wayne dropped his solo shit in 99. The Block Is Hot was hot, bro. It was hot. You know what I'm saying? You can dip into like the project. You can dip into some into big timer shit. You know what I'm saying? The project shit. Like, give me a, you know what I'm saying?
Give me a project, bitch.
I'm a stunner. You can dip into all that shit, bro. Like, it's just like, man, I think people. This is what separates Jay-Z from Wayne. Speaking now, right? Jay-Z is still at what we were talking about earlier. Jay-Z is still at that level to where whenever he drops, his music is going to be heralded. It's going to be held in high regards. It's still going to sell no matter what. And Jay-Z has still maintained a level of lyricism that Wayne has not maintained. Wayne has not maintained the level of lyricism that he was once on. He had like a good 3, 4, 5 year stretch where he was just dropping some amazing shit. You know what I mean?
But it was mixtapes though.
No, album, bro. The Carter 1, the Carter 2,
the Carter 2,
the Carter 3, Carter 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. But in between that was his mixtapes.
His mixtapes, hella fucking mixtapes, features, mixtapes. Yes, bro. Like, I think, bro. You know who else who could probably give Jay-Z a run for his fucking money?
Who?
maybe 50 Cent.
No.
Yes.
You think 50?
Yo, if we just talk 20 songs, I think 50 can give us 20 songs, bro. He may be able to stick it with Jay for. Bro, I think 50 give us 20 songs, bro.
That's a stretch.
Listen.
That's a stretch.
Listen. We just not talking about 50's discography, right? We talking about game shit.
Features,
We talking about Lloyd Bank shit. We talking about Buck shit. We talking about side unit shit. We talking about power. This is a big rich time. Bro,
Yeah.
I think 50 can put up close to 20. If not 20, at least 15.
At least 15.
He can hang with Jay for 15.
I'll give you 15. All right. Okay, I'll give you that. All right, cool.
He might be able to stick with Jay for a minute.
Good one. That's a good
He
one.
gonna start playing fucking what's the name? Songs from some of the shows and shit.
Hey.
Get the 20.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. He probably gonna have to do.
Hey, man. Hey, bro.
So yeah, bro.
But as far as rappers, you got a few that can fuck with Jay, man.
Yeah,
you got a few.
I give you
You
that.
got a few, not too many. There's a few we can name.
You know what's so funny? You know, we mentioned about it earlier. I wonder why nobody has talked a lot about why has nobody ever talked about M? Who could go up against M?
M don't have.
But see, is it more about what people consider is a hit? Because if you look at M's hits, are what turn him into a star, or what turn him into a superstar, bro. I mean, because his albums are crazy. Yes, the shock factor, but all his songs, his singles, and everything like that are like insane.
But you know what? M's, you put like a rap god, Eminem's rap god against a Jay-Z, like Jay-Z's Encore or Jay-Z's, you know what I mean? Or they call me Hove, H to the O-V. You put that against like rap god, it's like, yo, this rap god shit. Eminem is talented. This is what I say about Eminem, bro. Eminem is talented, bro, but I don't think the type of music that he's been making like within the past 8 years resonates with black culture. I can give
you
10
that.
years resonates with black culture like that, bro. You know what I mean? Even though this is just verses, right? This is just rap. This is music. It still comes down to the culture, bro.
Agreed.
It still does come down
I
to
agree.
black culture. I don't think Eminem is gonna resonate like that, bro. I don't think the majority of I just don't think he's gonna hit like that.
You know, Tev said the same thing. Tevin, our boy Tevin Lanier,
Yeah.
he said that.
Shouts to Tevin.
Yeah, he said that he's always told me this. He's never been a big Eminem fan because he can never relate to his music.
I can't.
I can relate to M, but I get what you're saying because I mean, of course, M is he's always like white trash, white trash, coming from Detroit and trailer park home and all that kind of stuff like that. For him, but it goes to a big generation. Like everybody, like he relates to a lot of kids, of course, who look like him, and he knows like if I wasn't black, I would probably not sell as well. But nonetheless, he has still made a big level of success where there's people like me or other kids who do relate to him and love what he does. Yeah. But I get where you're coming from because it is a culture thing. It does come along with that. I mean, we can just go and harken right back to the shit with the locks. That makes big, like you said, that's a big thing. So I can give you that. I was just bringing that up because we don't ever bring up Eminem because he's one of the biggest superstars and hip hop and legends around.
But we did mention earlier, though. Like when he's one of those names. Whenever they drop, he has a fan base that's gonna go buy his shit. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to shit like this, I just don't think so, bro. I don't think he'll connect like a Kanye or Wayne or Wayne. Wayne was having the lighters on when he'll spit some fire shit. You know what I mean? I think it happened like that. But,
makes sense.
But if we want to talk about, I know we've been talking about these verses, but I think Chris Brown. I don't think too many motherfuckers can fuck with him in the verses, bro.
Chris Brown. That's a good one.
I don't think Chris Brown could go 40, bro. I don't think too many motherfuckers can fuck with Chris Brown, bro.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree with you. So who do you think could? Okay, so you think Chris Brown could really demolish anybody, or nobody could really go up
R&B? Or we just talking about R&B wise?
I mean, just period. I mean, we could.
If you a rapper, bro, shit. Chris Brown, no, ain't too many rappers that can. Chris Brown is like the Lil Wayne and Drake of fucking R&B, dog. Like maybe Usher, R. Kelly,
Yeah,
R. Kelly,
maybe.
R. Kelly.
But
It's controversial.
We never getting that one.
As controversial as that may sound, R. Kelly's the only person that can fuck with Chris Brown.
Maybe Usher.
Maybe Usher.
Maybe Usher.
Maybe
I
Usher.
will give you
Nobody
that.
else. Trey Songz can't fuck with him.
Nah.
You could put Jodeci and 112 and Jagged Edge in the same fuck. No, they can't fuck with him. You know what I mean? None of those Bobby Brown can't fuck with him. Nobody. Can't nobody fuck with bro.
That is, yeah. You're right, bro.
No.
Hey,
That is crazy.
I love y'all, brothers. I got some fish to deliver.
It's all good.
It's all good, man. But you know what, Jay, I appreciate you at least coming through, man, for all this and everything. We're almost done, bro. We're almost actually done. We're getting to the last segment and everything. So that's what I just want to say. So basically, our last segment of the show is basically about the awards we want to give to everybody. So I want to thank Jeremy for coming on by for the podcast and enjoying this and having such a great conversation with us. Again, y'all can find Jeremy on Instagram, even though he don't want to be found, at Westside Jerm, Jerm. And
I don't need no scams.
Hop in his DMs, man.
he's married, so don't hop into his DMs too much. But anyway, we were going to talk about awards basically. So like for someone like Jay said that for like his MVP, he said that Megan Thee Stallion is his MVP. He says his most improved is Earth Gang or JID, which is basically a tie. He says that his most disappointing, Lil Nas X.
Fuck that nigga.
He said the next superstar is I don't know.
I don't listen to a lot of the new shit. I don't know these niggas.
Bro.
I really don't know these niggas. I'm sorry.
He said his album of the year is Donda.
Okay.
And your most underrated is Toby.
Wait, I don't know how the fuck do you say his last name?
Oh, Toby Niguawe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I was like, wait, who is he talking about? Okay, got it. It's all good. So, yeah, those are his stuff. Elaborate at least on one of them.
Oh, shit. The easiest one, nigga, would be Megan. Like, she's everywhere doing everything, just crushing it. I can't hate on her. Like, from a hustler standpoint, the sister done went to school. She made a name for herself on some whole shit. I mean, that's the only thing I couldn't respect about it. But she took the white man's money and flipped it, and now she's gonna take her education and uplift the community and put her classmates on. Like, bitch, you the MVP for the year. You do some shit that niggas ain't even doing. You do shit that niggas gonna talk about it. She took her knowledge and ran with it, and it's different when people they take some shit and they learn the knowledge, they do nothing with it. She took the knowledge, made a plan, stuck with this shit, made promises to her family, and actually did it. Like, she gets no respect just off of that. So
wow,
you get
that's something.
She gets the MVP.
Wow. So Megan gets that MVP just for all that she's been able to do. But you said that. So just to ask, okay, so why do you think Donda is album of the year? Or really more, okay, why is Donda album of the year, and why is Lil Nas X your most disappointing?
Come on now, this nigga did, fuck Lil Nas, nigga. He did a damn split from heaven to hell to Dance on the Devil with some Nikes that have blood and on some Satan shit. This nigga's crazy. I can't respect that shit at all. Like, and then after that, he got a song with Jack Harlow. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
I may have to edit that one out.
Shit, I'm gonna tell it like it is, man.
Nah, I feel you. I respect that.
I can't fuck with him. Period.
I can't fuck with it either, man. Not Lil Nas X, and I really don't. I don't have an MVP or nothing like that, bro. Or new artists or nothing, because past 2017, 18 again, bro. Outside of like Lil Baby and Da Baby, bro. I don't know too many. I don't know.
That's who's going. I was gonna put that honestly, Da Baby.
I don't know too much about new artists, bro. You know. But Lil Nas X, man, I don't really have much to say about him, bro. I did like the Old Town Road record was dope. I thought it was different. Now in recent years, we've come out to find out how much different he is. You know what I mean? It's not for me, man. But big ups to the brother, bro. Big ups to his money, man. Big ups to Meg Thee Stallion, Donda, Kanye West for dropping his shit, bro.
He gets it because he literally captured the imagines of everyone this year. What is he gonna do? How is he gonna do it? Where this nigga gonna pop up at?
I will say this though. You know what? I will say this though. Do any of y'all listen to Griselda?
I know you've been telling me to listen to
Bro,
Griselda.
y'all are slipping. You are slipping, bro. How have you not been listening to Griselda, bro?
You ain't listening to nobody new.
This is, bro, no. Okay, I take back. This goes back into where, because I had to think about it. Hold on, I am listening to new people. Bro, I've been listening to Griselda for the past probably 2-3 years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This movement has been the biggest movement in hip-hop since fucking, I don't know, G-Unit or some shit. Like
Really?
Like, I'm telling you, bro, it's a reason why Jay recruited them to Rock Nation. It's a reason, as a group, they were signed to Eminem's Shady Records.
Yeah.
Bro. It's a fucking reason. Benny the Butcher, bro, which is the reason Benny the Butcher just signed to fucking Def Jam. He's the new flagship artist for Def Jam, bro. Like, I don't know why y'all fuck with bro. They have a girl on their label. They have a girl on their label, bro. Bro, female lyricist. She's bringing fucking lyricism back. Bringing lyricism back, bro. And I fuck with it, bro. I fuck with Griselda, bro.
Okay.
Like I love Westside Gunn.
Yeah, Westside Gunn has been big time. He's done a amazing move up and everything. He's also a big wrestling fan, correct too.
Yeah, bro. That's another thing about Griselda, bro. A lot of people don't realize, bro. Like, bro, they do incorporate like a lot of like wrestling, like a lot of wrestling themes into their music. So, bro, they're nice. Good. So the girl I was talking about, Armani Caesar. Armani Caesar, bro, she's bringing back female lyricism. I know we got Rhapsody and everything, bro. Doja Cat is weird as fucking she is, bro. She's different. I love she's Doja. Different, bro. And the reason I'm not too big on female hip hop, right? The reason being, some of them can rap. You know what I mean? Meg Thee Stallion can rap. She can rap. You know what I'm saying? She out-rapped the baby on that Cash shit, right? A lot of them are one-dimensional, bro. Once you keep rapping about your pussy and how you can break niggas and shit for so long, bro, what else do you have to talk about? That's why I can't really... I tried, bro. I tried. There's only a few females I can listen to, bro, who can go outside of that. Like Lotto. Big Lotto. You know what I mean? Lotto. Rhapsody. Armani Caesar from Griselda. You know what I mean? Doja Cat. Doja Cat is probably the standout within her group. You know what I mean? But other than that, bro... There's no other new artists I really fucking with like that, bro. Griselda, I do fuck with Griselda. Though.
So I'm gonna tell mine after this. So you tell me, who's your MVP for the year in hip?
MVP? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, okay.
Lil Baby.
Okay. All right. So who would you say is your most improved?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Bro, I really... I can't tell you, bro. I really don't know. I don't have.
Okay. What would you say is your most disappointing? Then?
Most disappointing
from this year.
Most disappointing.
I know.
This is the thing. For me to be disappointed from someone, I had to be checking for them to drop something dope for me to be disappointed. Bro, I really haven't been really checking for music like that though. When shit drops, I'll give it a listen. If I like it, I like it. You know what I mean? I really don't have a disappointment this year. That's not to say I haven't heard any whack shit. It's just I haven't anticipated something worth hearing and have been let down from.
Makes sense. All right. I mean, okay, I can give you that. Who would you say is going to be the next superstar?
Next superstar.
Like actually, like an actual superstar will be a headliner.
Benny the Butcher.
Wow.
Benny the Butcher, bro.
Wow, you think so? Even though he doesn't really have like any like mainstream hits out or anything like that, or is like like a buzz from a mainstream perspective?
Bro, he check Griselda's numbers, bro. Like they have a grassroots fan base, bro. This shit is all organic, bro. Not even from just a music standpoint, from the clothes, the merchandise, like their shows, bro. They do numbers, bro. Like it's they're on their way, bro.
So who would you say is your most underrated this year?
Most underrated. I don't know, bro. Most underrated artist. Say Rick Ross.
That's different.
You know what, bro? No. I'll give Rick Ross the MVP over Lil Baby.
The MVP, what?
I give Rick Ross the MVP.
That's a big change.
I give Rick Ross MVP only because I like his. I'm more of a fan of Rick Ross. This is probably biased, but I'm more of a fan of his work. And I like the shit he talks about in his album. His album was solid. And yeah, bro. I think Rick Ross is the MVP, man. Most underrated. I don't know, bro. I can't tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
I will say, okay, so for me, my MVP was Kanye.
Okay.
All that he did this year from an album rollout. You know, he always stayed in the media, but he always kept things going. Plus, I mean, not just along with Donda coming up, he has his own academy now. He has a high school basketball team that's competing. Yeah, the Donda Sports Academy. He definitely has that. He has a school now. He has he's done the things he's done with Balenciaga, the collaboration, the new Gap partnership that he's been working on for a while. Now he's starting to release merchandise. Of course, the him and Drake stuff that we've talked about. I mean, and then Donda getting Album of the Year nominations at the Grammys. Him being probably one of the most talked about artists the whole year. It's been Kanye. Most improved for me, it's a tie. It's between Isaiah Rashad and Young Thug. Because Isaiah Rashad was gone
about
Isaiah Rashad was gone for a good while. He may pop up a little here and there, maybe some TDE albums, but he finally came out with The House is Burning, and it showed growth in who he was as an artist. It was a lot more darker, but it also detailed where he came from and why he went through all that darkness and the things with his addiction and the problems that he had. And then Thug, for him to release 2 albums this year. He released, of course, the YSL Slime Life 2 album earlier this year, which was really good from a collaborative standpoint, from all the people on YSL. But then he released Punk. And Punk, in my opinion, is an album that Thug needed. It's experimental, and it's also showing that Thug's not trying to be just the regular same hood rapper that just wants to keep this local or keep his city just on him. He's really aiming for superstardom. Even though we've always seen he's a superstar in hip hop, but this is like, I want to expand myself. I want to be an actual complete artist. You hear from some of the slower songs he has on there, using different instrumental elements, everything. Most disappointing to me, and it was very quick.
Yeah, who would you say is the most
Roddy Ricch.
Okay, Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch was very disappointing. And his album just came out last week. Roddy Ricch's album, and I was a fan of his first album. This is why I'm antisocial. Yeah. His first album, fire. Just fire as hell. Living Life Fast is a big disappointment. Yeah, bro, it's such a disappointment. It debuted number 4 on the Billboard charts with 65,000 sold. Yeah. This is a guy who had The Box turn into a big hit. You don't want to start with me become a big hit. His album went platinum, almost double platinum, if I'm correct. You go from that to selling 65,000 in your first week, and even Late at Night was a hit too. It wasn't like as much as the other ones, but.
Are you saying he's a disappointment just off of because he didn't sell as much? Or because of the album?
Both. The album.
So the album was trash?
The album was not great to me at all. It was not great. And I think that Roddy really could have did better. I think from a selection of from the beats and also his content. Yeah. I think he could have did so much better. And I think this is a critique to Roddy. I feel like Roddy, I know everybody loves to say, oh, rappers always talk about the same thing. But then there's those artists that, while they may talk about the same things, it's how they talk about it. They talk about it in different contexts, and they may create stories. They may create different ways of how it goes. Roddy's songs almost sounded like the same on each song on that album. Basically the same. So that's why it was a disappointment to me.
You know what? Now that I've gotten a little bit of time to think about it, though, I think I'll have a tie for who's up next. Who's the check for next? What's the category?
Next superstar?
Next superstar? Between Polo G and NBA Youngboy.
Youngboy.
Fan base, bro.
I thought Moneybagg Yo was probably going to be the next upcoming star.
I fuck with Moneybagg Yo. I love Moneybagg Yo.
I think that he is.
NBA YoungBoy's fan base
is rabid.
fucking
I have to agree.
ridiculous. I
It's
did not
rabid.
know he had the fan base of the size that he really had.
Oh yeah.
His mixtapes, bro, damn near platinum and gold. Almost most of the mixtapes that he dropped, platinum and gold, platinum and gold. The shit that I listen to some young NBA YoungBoy shit, man, like. The shit bumps, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm almost 31 years fucking old. And
we ain't old, bro. Come on.
No, not old. No, I'm saying, but this is some shit where, like,
the new generation.
I expect, like, the rambunctious young, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, 19-year-olds to be listening to, bro. Man, the shit that he has on the AI YoungBoy 2 mixtape, I hope I said that right. Man, that I feel like I'm Gucci Man in 2000. Oh my God, nigga, in control and bro. NBA YoungBoy, I think he's up next, bro. NBA YoungBoy and Polo G. Polo G is another one, bro. Like he can't miss.
At first, yeah, you know what's so funny? I didn't really see it in Polo G at first, but then I was like, well, what's so great about him? And you know, he's actually proven more to me that he's actually worth of consideration. Now, but what's so funny about it, because even though I was saying Moneybagg Yo, he wasn't my selection for next superstar. To me, it's Cordae. Cordae, in my opinion, is I think Cordae is the next superstar, but he just hasn't had that mainstream hit. Yeah. His first album, amazing. I love it. He reminds me of one of those new generation rappers that really can really hang with the old heads and really do his thing, but he just doesn't have a mainstream hit.
Cordae, right? He broke away from the whole YBN the group.
Yeah,
YBN.
Correct.
Do you feel like they were holding him back, in a sense?
I don't know if it's more they held him back.
When I listen to his music, he doesn't sound like them.
No, not at all.
He don't sound like them at all, bro. Like, I'm wondering, were they forced to be in a group together?
No, he had been with them for a while. He had been with them for a long time. Yeah. But I think as they start, as he started growing, he started splitting from them. Yeah. I think that's what happened really more with him. Because like you said, he sounds nothing like them. Yeah. He sounds like, in my opinion, he reminds me of J. Cole. Yeah. To an extent, he's not like how some of Cole's content is in terms of like his lyrics, but he reminds me of that. Who has the lyricism and he has good beat production or selection, but it sounds a little more backpack than it does more mainstream. And I know everybody's like, oh, if you go mainstream, you're really like, you're sacrificing your soul type stuff. No, sometimes you can't be too small to be big, and you can't be too big to be small. That's the big thing with him. I think he's too big to be small, and he should expand his sound going more. And I think he's starting to do that more, but he just needs that one mainstream hit. But outside of that, I would say my most underrated artist is a tie. It's Doja and Silk Sonic. Even though yes, they are a duo, but what they came out with this year with their album, man, An Evening with Silk Sonic, boy, that whole 70s, like 80-ish type sound, the way they do it, boy, it's like it was made.
None of that shit is sampled either.
None of it's sampled.
Yeah,
none of it's sampled. And
beautiful.
Bro, I'm telling you, and we came on with it with Smoking Out the Window. Boy, I love that song. Yeah. I love it. But it was just like they were a match made in heaven to collaborate and create music. Doja, I've always been on Doja for the longest, and Doja's made a humongous jump because she's become more of a viral superstar. Yeah. But her jump from Hot Pink and even her Amala album, her first two albums, to doing Planet Her is a humongous leap. It's like you're hearing Doja taking that next step into creating music she really wanted to make. Because part of it is, because the first half of it is like pop, stuff you'll hear on the radio. Yeah. No disrespect to it. It's good. It's actually good pop. But then the rest of her stuff, it sounds like that R&B music that you're like, oh, this is the R&B music. Like her, like you listen to her and Doja. They have like that sound of what R&B is great for the radio, and she was very underrated.
Doja, what I like about Doja, bro, she can reach into different pockets, bro.
You can't put her in one
box, and this is why I said, as far as female rappers outside of Armani Caesar, I like Doja Cat the most out of all the rest of these female rappers, bro, because she can go the pop route and talk about what was the say so. Mm-hmm. She can go the pop route. She can go the romantic R&B shit with The Weeknd, I got a minute, she can go that route.
Or she can get on some ratchet pussy shit, the pussy talk song with the city girls. She can get into rules. She can get into the streets. You know what I mean? She can reach into all those pockets. She can reach into like the Fun Records, Gucci Mane, the like that. She can reach into a lot of pockets, bro. And she takes chances, bro. That's why
I agree with that. She takes chances.
Versus these fucking, bro, the city girls is gonna be out here in a couple of years, bro. Mark my words, bro. Meg Thee Stallion, I don't know. She can rap, but they sound just like everybody else, man. A lot of these chicks sound the same, bro. Meg Thee Stallion, Tokyo Doll, Dream Doll, Cash Doll,
some of them,
all the other dolls.
And what's funny about it is that someone was saying that they didn't know Doja might become like the next Nicki type person. I was like, she's always said that she's an influence, but she's always said that Nicki has been influenced. I can hear the influence. Yeah, I can definitely hear the influence, but no, not at all. No, Doja's very different. And if you ever see Doja, like her interviews and who she is, that's what I love about her, is that she's just one of those I don't care, I'm gonna do my thing type stuff. She doesn't try to conform, and that's when you can hear it in her music. That's why it works. But I will say that my album of the year after all that is "Call Me If You Get Lost" by Tyler the Creator. Okay, that is an album. When it came out, it was like, oh shit, he finally got to do. He is like, because he finally got to make a Gangsta Grillz mixtape, quote unquote, or have a Gangsta Grillz type album. It's like he just said, I'm taking all the leashes off me, man. I'm just going to do everything. And all his songs, the Earthquake song, I mean not Earthquake, I'm thinking of the other one, Juggernaut song, what am I thinking? I'm losing my mind on it. The songs that he did and everything, but it was all good, man. But I loved it. I thought it was an amazing album. Really detailed his growth as an artist and who he is now. So it's been amazing, man. But I will say that this has been an amazing episode. I mean, it's the longest episode we've ever done, and I'm just proud to say that Most Definitely Music is going to continue bringing more stuff to you all. I want to thank Jeremy for being here, my brother Jeremy. I want to thank my brother Ant from being here as well and being on this podcast and providing his insights, and Jeremy as well. As you guys see, we're music heads. We love all this stuff. We have a lot of things to talk about. And you hear, in our thoughts, this is just exactly what Most Definitely Music was created for, to provide conversation. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's all about the conversation. So I want to thank you all, and we're going to get into this in 2022. We got some great things coming up as well. So be definitely on the lookout for that. And again, Ant, go on and plug your socials, man. Tell the people what you got going on, man.
Hey, again, man, everybody. Thank you again for having me, bro, on the podcast, bro. IG, you can hit me on IG. I am DeGoat, DAGOAT 91. Happy New Year's, peoples.
Yep. And Happy New Year's to everybody. It's going to be a big time. Can't wait to see what 2022 brings for music and for hip-hop. And we'll definitely continue to bring on the conversations. I really want to thank all my family, my mother, my father, my brothers, Jahi and Sais, for continuing to be an influence. They helped me. They helped come up with the idea as well with this podcast. I want to thank my friends who have really been a big part of this. My friend Maya, who really helped drive me in terms of doing this podcast, as well, has always been on my ass. I want to thank my friend India, who helped give some different ideas as well, and also was the one who gave me the idea of doing slow jams for trap karaoke earlier this year. And to all the different people out there who have contributed to it. Also, my friend Bianca. Thank you so much. All of our conversations that we talk about with music and everything makes a big difference. And y'all go check out her book when it comes out. Her book is gonna be coming soon, and is actually here. I've actually got a copy of it. So check out BJ Herron's Losing Love. You can get that on digital platforms as well. And also giving a shout out to my lovely, beautiful girlfriend, Brittany. Hope that you're staying safe, and want to say thank you so much for all the support and everything that you do. And I can't wait to see you soon. And thank you, everybody. 2021 is over, and we can't wait for what next year will bring. And we can't wait to bring you more conversations and more debates. So again, that's a wrap. M.D.M is out. We will see y'all soon. And with everything else, we are once again the voice of a generation, and this is also the music of a generation. And we will see you all soon. See you in 2021. All right? Take care.
My nigga got on. My nigga got all white, no socks. My nigga got that cocaine on today. That's how you feel. Turn my vocal up. That's how you feel, Emery? Turn my vocal up some more. Turn my vocal up, Guru. Turn the music up too. Super Bowl goals. My wife in the crib feeding the kids liquid gold. We in a whole different mode. The kid that used to pitch bricks can't be pigeonholed. I cooked up more chicken when the kitchen closed. Oh, we gon' reach a Philly first. I told my wife the spiritual shit really work.